Jesse Ohono Ayadia Enche. It didn't go on well for me. Now, I'm saying, why would say and soon Navy? Uncle ye and Amfam Mount. Uncle ye Amfam Mount. Obi ma me. No be a two kung fu fighter. Ana or a wrestler poor minim. Kopim mami ediaboho. In the full glare of the Ghana Police Service. Because DSC Ayawaso West Wagon 2019 by-elections, what had happened, and a member of parliament, Sam George, was given a hefty slap. At the end of the day, we had commentaries emanating from the New Patriotic Party in support of what happened over there. And today you are here condemning what is happening. Ewo Ablikumanov. You don't have the moral right. And I am also pained by some public statements made by public officials. Dr. Hanabisiu, Sam George, and the likes. Being happy about what has happened to Aya Mavis Hawakumsen. They should know they are public officers. And the business Sikrana, you don't have to come and say, you are not even paying. What are we doing to ourselves? And you heard the constituency secretary for Ewutu Senyal say, Omo Boamu Ako Ayeden Akwitia. So what message is he also sending to the NDC? It's not supposed to mean that Akwetana Abekoro is going to be war between the two parties. And the Abekachre NPP ni NDC for. Ye journalists are yes ramo. Se do brese mu yabwadia mamu mfamu sanka any journalist. And I'm so happy about the policeman obo a GH1 journalist na sumuro. Se police are coming out and he's on interdiction. But the share baby assembly bukakosi.
If we choose a good candidate,
sympathy.
If we choose a good candidate or even more powerful, I mean, Amasei did it for us. If we go with her again, we can do magic.
Amasei?
Yes, we can do magic.
Oh,
say, I mean, listen, you should understand the dynamics. Part of her family is from the other side, so it makes it very easy. She's sort of a compromise candidate, if you think about it. Based on, what they said, make her grounds. Make her grounds.
Oh, more information. Allow me.
Make her grounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember how troubling it was. I mean, not because I'm talking for Brian, but Brian had to come in to bring a truce between Onone, late Ernest. What am I say? And it was so necessary because the party felt that she has a following. That's what I say. And let me admit that even after that, there were skirmishes. But at the end of the day, if you intend to retain the seat, that was with Baba Jamal at some point. And I think the narrative has not concluded. So, for some strange reason, the people like her. For some strange reason. Yeah.
Wow. And automatically, so the Dutch executive saw say what was happening. It is a cooked in beer.
But would you suggest to the National Executive Committee to punish party members as against the wish of the National Executive Committee because they have truly disregarded the decision of NEC, which is bad. Would you suggest what they could be they punish them? The National Executive.
Oh yes.
I didn't know
saying any panel, look at what has happened. Just for any panel, are you sure they will be able to call a free Serbia party in the National Executive Party? If you have free but transfer, and found 2 nights because one will be sana.
Many a divine. Eddie Nkomo, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the
Divine.
And he tells me, say, before I may arrive at that decision, a queer free the research team, no, they were present at that meeting.
No, I am wrong. And
be ethics of national.
Nobody has
how comes and
now you can say pancake was here for how comes to city bush. You channel papa. Near internet say, near wire pen over say you built Nanka, you should be near channel and your wire pen over say you near channel. Nanny, how comes I will come here?
But said the Yamu Deno, now I think there is some they see.
Yes, come, may I come, you never know, come fast to say. Come on, when you have come fast.
But no shall say, and I'm on
my said, I want to be send this in Tadio. One will be send this at Tadio. I said, when you out of NDC phone as man. Come away, near friend, come fast. Come away, and your friend, the bank, come fast. I went this town, was it far, not long ago? Your general secretary, or OD secretary, or how I comes in constituency. To Arek Anasan, my friend. You remember that guy? Our general secretary, constituency general secretary. How I come see you, boy, is a pa. Am I your boy, secretary? Sama, Brapeni, Prof. Now, secretary need to be Nantibio. Oh, so I'm asking you, is it not to die 40-year-old we have been shot?
It happened.
So what is the place for? And I won't have place now. So what I'm talking about is a prof. And I won't have place now. Prof, what I'm telling you, say, if I'm how I come in, if I am how I come in, I'll be the last person to show my face on election ground.
But I say NDC for why we are big. This making Ablekumanov a
change. No, yes, I do tell you. Now, the catch us, what can I say? Nanu, I said, look at ya. Every year comment. Or see, electoral commission falling or we are incompetent. So, all the say, his age.
You know, great to have you back on SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. Abusiafo baby obiano ye chechamo. You are poised to take a listen to a great show today, midweek edition of a For God and Country. So wherever you are, once again, I want to say good afternoon and formally welcome you to the show today. If today is your birthday, we'd want to say happy birthday to you. Wherever you are under the sound of this great voice, we'd want to say that we'd want to celebrate you. Say, we are telling you, for God and country, we are wishing you the best of the day. Celebrate. But when you are celebrating, be sure that you do it in magnanimity. Today, we have a whole lot of issues to be talking about right here, of course, on the show. Remember, if this is your first time, I would say, Kaisa Showy is that for God and country. For God and country. And it's also live on SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra on Facebook. And the so if you want to follow the show on Facebook, now also person wa dofo ete wonka dem pono comment or be buy be gibrenia kenkanga mawa ka kire wa dofo say won hwehwe SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra live on Facebook. And again, it's also live on SOMPA 106.5 FM. That's live on YouTube. And to YouTube is Ubenya Brenna show we with the tree. As a Kaibio say, show ye a try to Friday. I was SOMPA 106.1 FM. I was Fachiman and again SOMPA 101.1 FM. I was Takwa. So wherever you are set for a great conversation today. And then Commando Dawson. And today, because in Commando Dawson, it means that the issues we're going to be talking about, a whole lot of issues right here on the show today. And to remember, Showway is proudly brought to you by our sponsors, Electroland Ghana Limited. I want to call electronics here, Papa to Nasaka Abuse, Haja Special Local Foods, Ediane Papa Firuno, Obama Renako, Ediane Papa to 21st Clinic, Eso Eboy Chidom, the sciatica originator, the paysetters, the sciatica commander, the sciatica researcher, 21st Clinic, almost so everybody yɛbɛgye brɛ ya kenkan ɔmo ho ensɛm ɛde akyerɛw na ta hyɛ no nso bio sɛ Medimafo Herbal Center Dr. Time da so o yare kwankura adokoro akyɛ me patɔ te menka na ɔpɛ sɛ onya yade santem a ɔno ɔso ɔde time ato so Dr. Time da so bɔmmɔden pa na kɔ de nkyɛn ɔno so mɛka ho nsɛm ɛde akyerɛw sɛ tri di yadeɛ ɛne malaria ɛna ɛhawa kai sɛ ɛyɛ Time Herbal Mixture ɛno so nkɔmɔ ɛyɛ ade a ɛna wie ɛto dwa Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic so ebo echidom kese pa na wie ti baby obiara. These are proud sponsors for the show. AG directs Iyoko to investigate 2 NDC executives cited in Galamsey allegations. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice has directed the Economic and Organized Crime Office Iyoko to investigate 2 National Democratic Congress executives over allegations of illegal mining. In Pacho San Komoiso no ayade a yebeto dwa na kai say enne adai aye fango buo at the pumps no ayade a woma pagya buodum. Now one issue bi so a edi ntrenhan within the media space e wo Ghana ha aye nkomo bi a enenam abefo ntentan kese no so a make us the internet no so a say Brian Champon allegedly wetia aye chairman wontumi say on kana no ntum na ayade a wono ene man bill san komoyi den e ba abonten enti mpacho minim say National Executive Committee meeting a onko ye no abrantia ba ko a se odo we ni kire eye bunu East Regional sa abrantia yi oyobi a wo ye twetwefo ede ma eye NDC amanyoko no e wo bunu East Region yenya owura David Boache e wa hama no so a ye ne no edin komo David Boache da apom to say yay
Prof.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Now who are there?
Yes, we just have one crazy and can pa.
Oh, David, how come man crowd there? Na unimen din you because
me cry no do.
Me cry no me do. That Buru is the same. Oh, now NPP in Bunu East, is it faring well?
By God's grace, Kabna, Yamia Daruma, Yamika Mupa.
And yes, I am in TSA, Upasa, Usasia Kambio, na Yatua Bamau as the regional secretary for the New Patriotic Party, our Bunu East region. Is that really true?
Kabna, Mamma, what's your food in Anna? I said they went to quite to our radio. You two great Kaka, and she had food in a party in California, the Bese Yame and Kanamu, no move ya. So, Jumadi, the Awa winning fair, they in Shika Kreni, near the home about for some party from polling station level. It's not polling station, boy, it's not constituency 8 years.
Hello, David. David, if I talk with you. Okay. Hello, David Wati. Oh, okay. Let's see. Line's not too good. Let's see if Yansa Ebetimi Kanona Yanano Edin Komo. Anyway, on SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra. So we are just trying very hard to see if we can get David Wati. So we continue the conversation right here because as some way see here. The next executive committee meeting on call na idea na David Boache, the regional secretary of the New Patriotic Party, na idea na for the Bunu East region. You know, we are trying very hard, sir. Yen Sabeka, Nuya Bema, David Boache bio na yenena atwa and komodie no so. But I don't know what has just happened to the lines. But let's see if we can re-establish contact with David Boache. Na yenono edi enkomo ewa ha na some way asamwa hey yesi Brian Champon, the NPP presidential aspirant hopeful ayadia otia eye Chevadun ewo meeting ase wabra da womuka eye womu conference hu asem etino ya hwese yen sabetimi asaka eye nua bema David Boache na Yanano at Atwa Yankomodie no so live here on SOMPA 106.5 FM. And to say, Ena and Komono Ebeko. Now, amongst these stories, you know, so Usha a daily guide in this there. Businessman petitions Yoko over 100,000 mining deal. Businessman a petition Yoko over $100,000 mining deal. Menamoka say Mahama scraps fuel allowance for appointees. Just say we a government appointee. Enya dia obenya free fuel bill. And you know, so and famayeng. But apart from that paper, no, we have the Ghanaian Times. So Ghanaian Times say enamwa yewi. So person uwi enamwa eye kama pa dia. Safety of meat not guaranteed unless sourced from certified facilities. They say baby abakwato nambiaro. Say aban engine tum say womo ebetimi atong nam na koton nam no baby a omo pa chese sa enam no enya dia eho etie. Now government secures $117 million for basic education reforms. Government secures $117 million for basic education reforms. But one case assembly Dr. Park and I mean what say Asami or Camp. Then minor drug stop minerals commission officials to Oko over alleged $100,000 mine concession fraud. And also idea you be home come on the live here on SOMPA 106.5 FM. And Akufo-Addo ya man penyin kane or say I didn't request postponement of NPP conference. I did not request the postponement of the NPP conference. That is what is coming from the office of the former president of the Republic of Ghana. And you know, Maminko Namima Republic of Ghana. And you know, Maminko Namima Patrick Akwaba. Patrick Rapoverty saying. Patrick Akwaba. Patrick Rapoverty saying.
Namiadum.
Bibia Kamade.
Yes, it is. Namiadum.
Bibia Kamade.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm saying. Okay, I'm saying. And Sasaka, David Wache, Ma Yenano, and Sasaka, David Wache, Ma Yenano, and Twasso. David, Yamakwa, baby, you fatcher and line at the Korea. But let me be say, who say, who say Ginebu Amayato Abamau as a regional Ginebu Amayato Abamau. As a regional secretary for Bono East Region New Patriotic Party. Secretary for Bono East Region New Patriotic Party.
Oh, Kenya Mekaya no Kobla. Oh, Kenya Mekaya no Kobla. Meji dise near Yahoo, Meji dise near Yahoo, the Ned Rusamre, Yadafi and Mabunu. Yasuma and Fibaya Duni actually. A finish who no crab more. Meji dise bit me day and Waba for Rema Kuna anymore. To say a dear, I say, you are what you won't come. Yamimu, you
Wow. So, what then I won't come. Idea over Sakako pre or sa Jinabiani. But the reason why I weigh for God and country, Atun Sarfo, our SOMPA 106.5 FM, then I say, National Executive Committee meeting and National Executive Committee meeting, and you were part of the meeting. True or not true?
Okay, first, National Council meeting.
National Council meeting. Thank you very much for the correction. Now, Dano drama bang they see because information I wa hatchere say idea Brian Champon, one of the presidential aspirant hopeful for the New Patriotic Party. One wound to me kasa bi eba wo ntama ni tia won to me say on trase on kana nuntum no no kra no nanse na obele no san komo ya aba betodwa within the media space David National Council meeting now ho den na see
kobla me dase are ho na ya kakra so say enipa bebreba na anu dwada yehia ya de fefa yiku no ye maye ho no ne ene abeji say discuss and say bikura obi ni nua e ka asem bi na moma begina so koba na ehia ye pa no enya asem we obekaya beye bosome pepepe eni nyame boa ene ɛna MPP amanyukuo yi share national council a take decision sɛ yɛbɛyɛ conference nyame yɛ adom a memenda a ɛba yi na yɛayɛ yɛn flag bearership elections 31st January. So wofa yɛn constitution na article 13 national council to me no ne say yes date for this flag bearership. Nti ya share we and ye fix date for conference. Ye free on ye te say yen papa nom binom say na baningi date no ho. Nti ba atwra ba say ka yen consider bill. Only the national council no ne what to me say any decision obetumi asen akọ review. It is a Supreme Court wash ashe assembly no wabuya. Court fufuro biya ntumi nka just a Supreme Court na betumi review.
Okay, very well. David, remember what to aso. Na ho ka assembly say mote say na mo papadom bi say wo mo enti ase. Santie no munya free he.
Eno nti na me brief we. Ti ye send ye na initially no ye huhuhu. But the National Executive Committee enya krata I say if we papa former President John Ajekum Kufuor office. And na yenya message be say yes o mampanyin dada na adodanko Kufuor adon so say nani nje ho. Afei bi National Council of Elders so mo so mani nye ho. Na wo kukese te say MPP. Na mpanyimfo kuo miensen 2 former presidents, Council of Elders are party no mo na de baye etena ase som yes bani nye ho. Ese yehia ti ni die kwanso less than a month and you convening an emergency national council meeting say yenkotie ye papa no ti ni edikan ye dru ho no enna panyini ba akoma ye hunu se man panyini dada na adodanko Akufuor ado nyanka bibia sa se na ni nye ho na why you ready with this speech why you ready with ne audio a video recording a ye betimi abon wo program na se nti na say no afrim and as time ba so ye say the Council of Elders no so for the first time I member council be yemfie so all the national members of the Council of Elders ye invite be because person ti basem be buy nipa no kasa na spontaneous bebre peja bensa na betitina ni na nkasa. The only surviving signatory of the new Patriotic Party Electoral Commission, Yem Papa Hakman Kwame Usuajiman. He is the founding treasurer. Tinipa mi signing MPP may register the Electoral Commission. Sabi onunkwa na aka otiase. No say me a member of NEC, me a member of National Council. Tini ya bia me ka hu bi ne ye. The better na matwa me ho akokasa ye mpene so. The National Council de ye yen ka se ninji date no tie ka ye nko ade a papa twesan na pacho na ye mfa ye so yasem no nto nchen na no so koda nchen na say mochia miensa na ye gina so na ye National Council meeting no mienu pare ankyere se no ano no because papa Kufuor so ye panyini pa tie say ye tie ono nso so na ye so also the letter aba nti ono so ne letter no ye kenka ne kire ye tiba kenka ne wie ye no ne ye hunu se oh papa Kufuor ni je kuo no ho wo pe wo ye willing say nka wo Ghana ko beba program no bi but unfortunately ye share date ni wie ya ne official invitation kosi na chi wo ne office no wo English abrochi man no wo date ya wo de beba na say date ya hye yi dia ye be ya wi ansa na obedru Ghana no beba bosome nwotwe no eko na wieye it is say ye betumi atu ahye dia obeteki part in person ono abeba park so obi sa no no twoye nti or excuse say ye ne sesia yi dia on to me take part by say bibi ha na ye betumi atwen a ene obetumi ateki part nti ye wie no a ye te na sem no ne ye wu say nyese papa ni nye ho date ya ye de ko no na mmom se ye person no a take part in person there this say you too free me da e di anim yi ne ye de ko somewhere ending of August ti ho mom na ye be brief ye ho at the committee no say accommodation arrangements nyina ya wi baabi wo ho a ye suapon bi aba ma kwane ne na ye nya ho say ye tusha baby school ye nya hobi o afi aduane ho arrangement for 3 days by year to advance transportation arrangement ye 148 delegates from diaspora ayo mu leave ho adwuma nyina wie aye be ticket nyina wie ye kasai obi ba no conference no ye Saturday de na so so ntwa ticket ma conference no nko a ono ni private issues abusuasem or the back account why any leave nyina ye say yes sir the inconvenience no ye greater than say be ka se bia ye do papa or ho ankeye but papa to me ama recently BSCC 2017 ye win power Cape Coast conference ya papa ye virtual video ne mayen and ye picking statement no e wo brochure ye national congress or Accra Sports Stadium papa to me ama ye picking statement and obo video no ma yen and na no ada ye launch ye manifesto water de papa to me ama oye virtual it is say bibia nsi na papa be ye ready de anko onye ne sa ma yen it ye hono mom na Ewura Brian na o insist to know ye na chama mu to me no eno ba mu kakra se ono move ni motion anya support say yen retain the date no Ewura Brian was foforo so mani motion foforo nti menye sure say abufuo so ana say ne house or kasa ni nua no kasa oh shut up and sit down I just bailed you so a statement
me pacho or say shut up and sit down I just bailed you
yeah
now David so because kawanu tum tenase ho anya nanse na me baili wa on say ayade a kasaye ya
kwabna wonim me ne wo nyina sabe ya tena classroom asua de kakra yenim communication and yenim tonnage of communication. Shut up and sit down. I just build you. Are different from shut up and sit down? I just build you. The same words, but the tonnage can mean different. Sabi, me no bet me shia. Asema yebe cancel yebe shia da fufre yebe can the same thing by yebe kontokwa.
But David, so because you say shut up and sit down, I just build you. The meaning that it connotes, and say, Masa, and it's derogatory, it is insulting, it is demeaning.
Me da say, unim ne wo kan nyina ye wo west. As to nearby Ewura Brian Trima or the kasa no, unim minim. Say no meaning derogatory, or meaning insulting. So meaning demeaning, meaning media near me hunu na mpesa me fa no ne say o kana grosso. Goye wie ye no enka decision na ekoteki no ho. Ye take a decision kama, ye bibia akoso kama. Nti media ho na mpesa me disi say eye no kre esi ese na emu bloggers na de aba abonten no. Ba ye mpe ne se mo be ma no abegina ya asem no so because na enka ye nsem no. Ampa so ekodu ne ye nyina ya nka ho. Nti ama bi ho.
After that occasion, meeting, no, relationship between Brian and Woon to me, after the meeting, no, but what is saying?
No, question they say, Papa Brian and Papa Woon to me, I can say, for a baby different from me, I'm here regional secretary. They say a free national conference, a council meeting, no, and I don't know, I'm missing, but to prepare my people for conference. Near Papa no my year, but me jidi say but the be ho nkomo a eye anuado kwan so a enye se ne ebi no modwene no wa abontene no.
But were you surprised sasebui esi e wo meeting ase e be to dwa e wa abontene ana were you that surprised?
And not there meka akire say na mani anye ho say I say you free national council no obi obefre for interview bia sa asem no so obi sabi. Because me jidi say na internal but bia ye wo no say no me nyina ka ho bi na ama ye ni abre say ye nyi flag bearership contest no mfiri ho me jidi say nye sa contest na ka statement we ehia say ye gina so but na say no bibia e be si we ye kuo no mu bia and because of the flag bearership contest no etwen ko ba bia enye fe na emfata it is say ye wo kan me ji the say enuafo keke bi na ehia na be ka ba se manka won ka hwe. But is between a regional chairman, a national chairman aspirant, and a flag bearer aspirant in the issue.
You see, the reason why some way abe issue is Dr. Brian Achampon press over him franca ediama MPP abanyokudo. Na dodo na so nim say chairman wuntumi ota baomi echi, and some have postulated say early Congress now more corner. It is going to go to the advantage of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is what is being circulated in the media. That is being circulated, David. Me too.
Circulate media nonko. Me metu abanubi. So metu ne na minim ye metu amano. Metu ne December 2026 minim ye metu amano.
David David says akra ye bisa me nipa obeto amana. Me minim nipa obeto amano.
Untumi nhunu because me no share di nkomo akere.
Say what you answer sana. Say what you answer sana.
Madwene David Boachi a unim na. Ba say assistant de minim ye o say assistant kwa na assistant ko hin. Madwene gina ne ejina. Ba de me kire oni say se me madwene gina ba bi ejina na meto aba no bidia. Ade na opesa o kire say ne ono so betu bi kina de on de na dwena assistant.
So David, back to the issue. So it's because of that reason why Ebimusi feels it is between the Brian camp and then the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's camp. That is where the rift is. So it was for that reason why
boni way and central for mode ye MPP no. Enunti na ye ni abrese ye pese ye flag bearership contest.
Oh David, I'm so surprised you are saying this. Ye central for ye the boni ye Muhammad Yoku no.
Mode ye free say. Enne ya to fu mu 1 cedi per liter.
Ye beka ho asem.
Me no won ka ho asem.
Ebi ye beka ho asem.
Wo beka ho asem ba me ne ye meka ho.
Debi o, so because ye beka ho asem a. Ye beka ho asem o radio yi so.
Wonim ba bi anka me de befa. Wonim se ne enke ye beye no. Brian ka kire wuntumi say shut up and sit down. I bail you.
What's that David? You are now trying to, hey David, say Brian Kase shut up and sit down.
Brian Kase shut up.
Because Brian, Dr. Brian Kase shut up. He will say it authoritatively.
Say ye derogative. Say ye den. Ye meeting asem komo. But nega na ni asabi oni bie no. O kotu efu 1 cedi per liter. Ano na ese di ho komo. Say ne be ya ansentro na mutimi frɛ Brian nipa ba akuni. Dr. Bawumia nipani, Canada Japan nipani, Aduchum nipani. Yet let's debate MPP flag bearership contest. People are destroying our water bodies. Galamsey sites. President say a national emergency.
David, listen. You can't decide our editorial, policy for us. And listen, David. Listen. Those issues you are talking about, we have talked about those issues time and over again, and it will be tabled on our table this morning, this afternoon. Subjects are so it is not supposed to meet you.
SOMPA Galamsey no. Mini adwina nka mekere no wo ho ana ba wo frɛ mi ye ho na ade me afa o de me afa shut up asem
ba say David, you and I know say you and I know say from where I sit and for how long you have known me, definitely in command be wie wo ho.
What do you tell me? You pesa me de kire woni say ya to your flag bearership awia. Kasem we no ameye issue. Tina me kire say enemire mu no. Ni ebesi wo MPP mu biara ye behwehwe hwan ne hye hwan achi. Hwan wo hwan fa, hwan wo hwan afa. Ti ye flag bearership no free hɔ a assemble ye beka ne say Ghana amanyokofo. But MPP mu nsɛm adɔ so sene Ghana nsɛm. Ye nti ase.
Na sɛm wa na mo de ba bonten. Wan fa ma bonten a ye be de ne aka.
Tina ya ase ye ye free hɔ no. Ti mo mo a ne ye nyim free hɔ.
All right, very well, David. But before I let go of you, another day, unim. Sɛ ukɔ ɛyɛ fuel pumps na ɛyɛ ade a fango boɔ yapɛgye mu, and it's all because of the 1 cedi levy aban ɛde ato ɛyɛ fango boɔ so on every liter. And then the reason why wɔn ɛyɛ saa na sɛ wɔn pɛ sɛ yɛn kanea na ɛwɔ ɔman mu ha sisi ano nkanea no etimi gyina so ɛma yɛn, and you feel sɛ it is not a good move.
It is a wujid say President John Dramani Mahama ni NDC for kachire yen say nkania na akufu ado abre so a ejina so no se ono ba je se oje 1 cedi per liter ansa na ejina so anketo abama no.
But efficiency, they want efficiency.
Kobla me say efficiency no kachire wo so obedru efficiency nto obetu fu o mu 1 cedi per liter no dey have efficiency for electricity. Akufu ho a na bre so na yenji 1 cedi ana nkane agina so no nkane abonani ana won kan kire say yenko di 1 cedi na yema nkane anu nyina ho. Maybe we have not seen and I yan calculated the quantum of Tivria aban we dia beto Ghana for ne.
Oh really?
I'm telling you, Kobla.
And you are so you are describing this one levy, 1 Ghana cedi levy on every liter as thievery.
Very thievery. And let me justify myself.
Me pacho by from brechi mu aye chrononsam.
Mamin chere wade na me sisu bia nkyere wo. Ya afre GPRTU for driver for say mabentimi ntufu amu because they kobo aso nkane ano. Me share GPRTU PR no matie ne ne. 1 Kobla yam first station to say VIP. Say VIP be fele ne ka afri Accra aba Kumasi asen akobaka anye hwe kura obe yusu 1 drum. So 1 drum wom over 60 liters. 1 trip bia is 60 Ghana. This a VIP car bamprenu o Kumasi a 120 Ghana cedis na eje free no for 1 car. This oko week no ko Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday 1 year juma 600 Ghana cedis per week. 2,400 per month for 1 car. Just 10 months of the year, 24,000 per 1 car. 2 months no meka ho. The VIP were over 100 buses. You dey for 100 per. Checking the Ghana by edge no. Now catch them say ma onto ashentuadiem. Ugu ni business na say ukura ni business no. Aden ye ma ya dwene nko ho. Na nam say oba ye nkyere ye. Wa win over 1 million. You say Ghana bibia e make sense bio. By the time I be try any ahwe ye say aban we di o man no bone no. Na o man na ye te say park bibia nsi so. E ho na esi edi anihwe. Na Ghana and Central for how you were critical on the former government just 7 months ago no. Upi say se mudi mu half pekura ma aban we and government will be survival. Hweniema ekoso. Within the last 7 months, Chreme say aban bia ba ye hunu major changes in our country. We na ekoso we and satra Chreme. 1 year of Akufo-Addo's time, no what electricity so by 18% for domestic users. 23% for businesses. This government is 7 months up to lighting by 17%. What are we saying?
And I no ekosi saying.
We no ne ekosi ene se me no nyina etua na me koto me kofele me ka no matua latest no dodo a me to ebia matua. Ene na ya wie no. Do so koto a obetua. Maybe say si a enka ba mrepam na start say ewura yeboto no mu a me no next time you share baby say me say na ade say na wie no nye. First who be some people see say ba na de ankosi say wie no nye.
Me da say. But another story and also me person me je wa drink kire e wo ho. Mahama scraps fuel allowance for government appointees. Is that not good news for you?
Why didn't I say we waste time kasa ho? For how long would they try to deceive Ghanaians? This government, for how long? And then this aban be try say obe data Ghana for. You are accepting, you are telling me say ministers of state will buy fuel from their salary. Is that what you're telling me? So,
David, is that supposed to mean say wa brother mo aban mo a eye mampenyin dada eye Nana Akufo-Addo e de betu dwa se woni a eje eye fuel nyina no wo mo ache eye fuel coupon so the ska o mo de beto no o mo de gi fuel afi aban mo ho no ya teso no ya chemu no eno no dan no na ye nada na.
Why do you want us to praise this government for announcing what is existing?
But this is total scrapping.
For who?
For government appointees.
But be another one maybe this I'll say. It is another big auditor big who department, the ministry be an agency be. Some minister be the buying to fuel. Assembly be to fuel a DCB. Send the panel committee crime and is that what this government is telling us? Say DC for better fuel from their salary. Ministers better fuel from their salary. CEOs better fuel from their salary. It will not be budgeted for. Correct the conditions of service for Sami Jemfi. Now the number of liters of fuel that is allocated to his office within a month. Is it being redrawn? Are they telling us a gold board allocation of fuel to the CEO will be redrawn now? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? You patch them and say, you Centronia, what you are believing said now DCs are going to buy their own fuel.
That is what that is the information they have put across, so and it is up to us. David
2025.
David,
the next time I'm going to interview near. Hello.
But what we also know is David. We understand Shamima Muslim. Ababe, some clarification to that effect. And for that matter, I want you to hold the line for me. You know my time. Just give me 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I'll be done with you. About 3 minutes. I'll be done with you.
I wanted to clear why his minister the statement. Does he have to take another spokesperson to come and clarify the statement? Why are we just doing this? I didn't think that Minister of State in charge of government communication at the statement. Who catch that what you for say? An officer at that office who deputizes the minister and not yet a minister. My sister Shamima is clarifying what Fiscal brought us. Is that what you're telling me? I can't have time for that clarification. I bet you.
You will not have time for this clarification. Okay. So David Boache, please, for my sake, for the sake of for God and country, just hold the line for me. 2 minutes. I'll be done with you.
That's right. So you know it's packed.
Yes, I know it's packed. Okay, all right. Dr. Aye Kasaba for Bakwa. The presidency. Dr. Aye, good afternoon and welcome to For God and Country. SOMPA 106.5 FM.
Good afternoon, Pa. Minia Prof Abochie.
Na apom to say.
Michia money phone na nya me adome ho ye se na say aban ba ya nieme koyi a oji wani ana se nieme koyi ma wi. Anya de a frame me bio.
Okay, you have David Boache, the Regional Secretary NPP Bunu East Region. It's on the line, but with some clarification we want to seek from you. Buying communication now, buy say or scrapo all fuel allowances to government appointees. Saying that is that supposed to mean say a buying appointee be call on official duty or in the court of Kumska and a better fuel nana.
But that's it. Michia ono wati for na de tie ne se president mama bae or the shed the akwan mu ogidi se na enka ne na ya de se Ghana posika obaye we ye fuel watete minister so watete ministry so watete presidential staff so sika ye di Independence Day wate so DSTV we twem and a whole lot of things I can make mention. Now, with this fuel arrangement.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, David. David, who tell me?
Okay.
Me better. Why? This is how better. Me that's it. Dr. Aye, go ahead.
The ATN say, President Mama GDE say, fuel coupons, any fuel allowances are the political appointees, and our government officials, Nijidie muno enya de a consistent with the current circumstances we are going through as a country. Especially we are especially when we are recovering from an economic collapse from 2022. Into the attorney say, the government official be and as a minister be on an official trip. Say Ofi Accra, Eko Takra, the Ofi Accra, Eko Kekusno. It will be taken care of by the operational funding of the institutional womb. Say MPA CEO and also a boss CEO and a minister. The operational funding of some ministry no nebe tofu elegukani. Yen kofa fuo coupon no ma minister no say onfa no fa kofi ana say yen tueska bia ma minister no personally say onje no as fuel allowance. What did they make an say?
Maybe it's
no say or kon be bia. Of course government takes care of the operational funding. Ne asa fuel allowance and our fuel allocation.
Okay, but so Dr. Aye, I think you have made a clarification. David Boachi is on the line.
It's my point to encounter teacher for, doctor for, all other workers of Ghana. Do not send your mom fuel allowance. Meanwhile, they are also doing the same essential job as we, the politicians. And the President Mama say to create the impression of equity and also to create an environment where people know say the meager resources of this country is being put to use. That is why it's instituting this policy. So no fuel coupons, no fuel allocations or fuel allowances is going to be given to appointees. But
okay, so Dr. Aye, a quick one. We want to make David take leave of us. David, what's here Dr. Aye? How does it situate in your? Okay, so David, so thank you very much for joining us. We would have to take leave of you over here. So, Dr. Aye, now mobile bemuno, and she said ben na mobile 2 years because from what I know na MPP abanyokuna or brand war government, they had said say fuel, coupons and allowances are my government officials, idea woma chemu sempo obiji 100 gallons are. Obeji 50 gallons. Did you come to meet that?
As I say, I'm not in a right position to confirm that. But the confirmation I can do for you in only few hours, and I said tomorrow I can clarify on it. But say say the free, the O2 new raso anyanya de when you're tobium. President Mama sitting to time with him. And it's our fuel coupons, so fuel allowances, appointees and government officials. ABA obium. Say 50% to say 20% to work him.
Okay, so I believe from where you are, baby, you should be able to tell me, sir, allowances here was with how much in terms of money and Eddie save Eddie bro mine.
Oh, it runs into millions, if not billions, of Ghana cities. Of course, OBN how much allocation is normally given to even CEO other political appointees. Because of how scattered it has been over the years, we have not put a finger on it, but payment is being made by finance ministry. I believe they're going forward. No more just about 2-3 days. The actual figure number to Ghana for we said this is how much we have saved for the people of Ghana and what we are going to use those monies for. What you are saying?
But so we can see a more 2-3 days. They should have been on your fingertips and in president. They should have known how much. We should know how much is going to save. Is going to make the nation gain. Yes.
The most important point is that the decision has been made by His Excellency the President to scrap it. Say 1 CDO, a 2 CDO, a 3 CDO, a 1 billion, 2 billion. The President has scrapped it. Say 1 CD and a 2 CD. We can put it into good use.
But you know that fuel allowances government appointees, it's always budgeted for. So budgeted for, you should be able to give us some idea of exactly how much the nation is going to benefit from this scrapping of fuel allowance for government officials.
Prof, I am quite surprised that you are so big on how much is going to see. Are you not interested in how important it is for the president.
It is important. It is important. Yes. But the Ghanaian I want to would want to know how much money is going to add to our national kitty.
Prof, from Mejidi Yepa say we here for Muti pa. Omenia just say almost the same 4 coupons and allowance of Munyano. Politicians nobody cares about the amount. But like I said, in the few days to come, no, the finance ministry will make it clear. Indeed, the finance minister ever read the media budget. I believe that those clarifications and those figures now are better. Then also, I'll be very willing to share it with your listeners.
Okay, so you talked about the importance.
Yes.
What importance is it of to we as ordinary Ghanaians?
Very, very important. Well, see, there are so many payments, essential payments. President Mama Council be directed. Sikaka one to essential payments. Hereby, National Health Insurance Authority now over 1.7 billion. His Excellency the President in only 6 months. Hereby, Sika 9 year for the payments for domestic bondholders. Hereby, Sikaka Yadibia rolling out a Jumeirah program, National Apprenticeship program, free sanitary pad program, Women's Bank, free SHS. Yet the 3.5 billion Ghana to the room. They are essential payments. And to say when you are buying non-essential payment like fuel allowances, fuel coupons, or the says or services can near the Abesh chefs animal. I believe say Ghana Nibia or Temibia will be happy about it. Say Yenya president. Or you're extremely interested in funding or allocating resources to the very pertinent and very essential aspect of our national life. I think that is a point we cannot lose sight of.
All right, Miria, you're in Commodity, but as at this time, no, Udo who come in Kakra.
Baby, and Rameno producer, it in Commodity, and I can buy member.
Oh, sir.
Yes, oh yeah, wepa.
Na wadam for the hotel saying lawyer Ketwano.
Minia lawyer Kwesibuchana.
Lawyer Kwesibuchwe.
No, dear sir, MPP co-opposition. Near my Saddam Koye Manasa, because I'm a moi, President Mama Ebuno. I am a moi, I bet to me the MPP 60 years. And see, and our friend now be sana, a woman or but to Eminia, Edea. I did who did Diana money? Who did Diana money? Hey, but catch on the same. Menuka say we have a lawyer. Kwesibuchwe number no farmer we producer. Mumie no yebeto yensa from. Mate, hey, Dr. Aye. Dr. Aye, me more fans. Dr. Aye. Prof. Major Sopa. I need to go. When you
Dr. Aye, one of the spokesperson at the presidency, you know, to say, Benedo Edi in Kobo, and we live here on SOMPA 106.5 for politicians. Also, politicians, they are training you. So, Holali to be more or him in him say, what did it? Now, Nyanka Saminia mid this year. Kifex, former CEO, what he ha on the social media. Obanka, who's a interview na a common moi. No, almost 3. A Kutiano. Now, and then men no catching.
Prof, yeah, sure, about penny, 1 levy or the 2 for so I started. Now. Yeah, I just want to go through the prices now, before the levy, and then the prices now.
Okay.
And pre-June, before answer now price the 1 levy when extra levy ni bebano. Pre-June, from January to June, petrol prices drop here kaka about 22%, and diesel also 19%. Now, when you ne a free city na ho dia na enyane global crude prices no entiema fuel no drop kakra between 22%, 19 and 22%, respectively for fuel and that of diesel. Now, between June 1st to 16th, petrol fall so kakra, which is 11.77, and then that of diesel to 12.13. Wabra ye ka say omampani be ka say levy no omontwentwen so kakra no munkom no munya nkitahodie bi ema ne was moye no eba ansa na fuel prices no levy no omode abetudwa. Now on the 2nd of July, sorry, you some slight difference being so fuel ni diesel price ni. So we should be to sell goila. Now go 12.38. That is on the 2nd July, no. Not go 12.38, but a reduce by 12.07. And now diesel also a reduce from 12.88 to 13.20 to 12.88, and also ever now Shell and so not normal day 11.98, Emma and also increase here kakra economy kakra 12.08, and a diesel no so na 12.85 to 13.25, and no one some and now mid July so post levy spike no, and also from 16th and the one Ghana levy no abetna almanpenny ediaba. Now Copec Air forecast said petrol will climb to 12.34, which is about 6.5%, and then the diesel to 14.18, which is about 9.3%. Now Prof young count na share new prices now about to children be obra levy almanpenny introduce na ene ashase. See here baby to say gola fuel petrol no 12.88, and moving from 12.07 no 12.88 because of the 1 Ghana city levy now Omanpenny introducing, and na diesel also moving from 13.20 to 14.38, 13.20 to 14.38. Now you heard me say Star Oil, the leading marketing Star fuel station, Star Oil no fuel no petrol no 12.9 as at now, but of course some stations via is still 11.99 Star Oil, and that diesel no see 13.99. Now of course other station means so almost here 13.79. You heard Shell ne other fuel stations now. Average market rate no Shell petrol no 13.29, and now diesel near 14.49, and now Pacific petrol 12.68, and now diesel near 13.93, and now petrol near 11.98, and now diesel near 13.18. The new fuel station now about the new fuel Unicorn, and also fuel near 11.99, and diesel near 12.79. And the Prof, what is that difference in prices here? Basically, the reason why there's a new price for this fuel, any diesel, there has been the introduction of the levy, the 1 Ghana city levy on every liter beer Albertobian. Our mem and ashasia ejuma. Interno anama slight difference in the diesel and the petrol no across Rukaka. Anti yabe for say na nyema echo anti first nanka auto na say auto 100 Ghana na do ko ahani baby so we make sure say sesiano ekwanim kakra anti no odi sika no kakra ebeka ho ama eno so aye adwuma anti Prof we the na ye the price difference
na me bato o Star Oil the area say no
Star Oil near 12.59 Star Oil.
Hey,
that's for petrol.
Diesel. Because now we got to Star Oil. And now it was around 10 something. No?
Yeah. It was 10.67.
Yes, 10.67.
10.67.
And I say I got 12.
Yeah, and I say I got 12.5.
I just tama me. When you feeling me,
I was like I feel you answer that.
Yeah, with I just tama me.
When you be kind as a mutiate.
I do without me feeling with you.
Oh, kakra.
Gonna scan in here.
And then you are feeling kakra. Now me adum. Yeah, the big chat this week. Now me adum next week dear. ye be ko enim kakra
Sir.
enti prof ye chere tie for say one Ghana levy no aba ye mampani introduce am as say ye adwuma enti ama there's a slight difference in the fuel prices and diesel no enti yenhwe na yehu sane ye movement any ye niema ebeye so hwe na ba bia wo kono emfa returns ne sika ne ma na say wa park car ne kakra na so be fa boat na be fa okada na de akwaba se na be save fuel kakra enti awie ye ma ye tiefo ne ahwefo we ene de brom from the fuel price ne 1 Ghana cedi levy na o mampani e de ato fuel liter bias no enti prof meja ma na no tiefo ne wa bedwafo so ato aso
No, but I don't know how it's going to feel like though, but as I sit here, though, I don't know. The feeling is going to be very dreadful. Yeah, be very dreadful.
It's very transport to progress.
So we are trying to see if we can talk to the GPRG.
Transport
We are trying to see if we can talk to a GPRTU. And yeah, so now Bema Amoa. Joseph Amo, I guess it is now live here on SOMPA 106.5 FM. Many Amo and poverty saying,
Prof.
Yay,
Prof, now you can know what to come in. You mean that, hey, Prof, what's that Joseph?
Now, Sir Udino, me born saying, oh, now sir, who is Samuel, eh?
Aha. Ebi Joseph bi ayo papa bi nje na ma bo Joseph.
I say Joseph dear. Sir, who sorry anopa. Now him say Joseph. Da oni Mary enene wo ho. Na ho kronkron. Ebe she eye Mary ma nyem eye Jesus. Wo Jesus. Ti na che say Joseph enye ni papa pa. Anka me nkra me munidin. Nti edin Joseph dear. Me bo a eye nshira. Why?
Well, that's smart of you.
That means that says you know 1 CD per liter no levy no about says o fuel stations are idea I didn't apagem na GPRT then amoka fa ho
Marincha we tie for anyway you ma phone na me e abre ni titu pa ni e jam right na mincha ni e ma kese obo na the omuni nyamti ya monitor fuel pump no na normally I the girl and na check it your way na me here na girl no petrol no egina 12 cities 88 pesos a liter and this one is egina 14 cities 38 liters a liter na am power Ghana city be band before say be band the profit di hu komo na the kenina say ye kan ya san ka ban mo fama elen so mbe ya no ye be kan bia no ankutia ga akese na ba na se ta tu eba na yetua nti ye kan se tuo ne ba ye be bia fa ngobo ne be kwa kudu ni a hese ebu gauge ya se ye nso na ye bibi fa akintua bo ho a na mse be bi ekodu se tia no ne mpedi nko enyan transe normally am kasa ne am kaka se they will team the aya momo ekabonti na omo check other components together with the fund that is four products no near say if it calls for transport fare adjustment then we organize ourselves and we come out but then as I'm speaking to you know and the leadership no any who be our and the team so far report to be answered that by it is said I mean no case here GPI2 enyen susuo hu tesi ase omode achenchiabo ntumi bi baba bi ase ni ona emu no temperature vote na say no more check other components now if it calls for an adjustment there then maybe but as I'm speaking to you now there you know say e dey achenchiabo ntumi bia e dey baba because 1 Ghana cedi fuel levy aba
but that is very well because watch them no meeting has been held yet or within your top hierarchy, you know, untimi and speaking to that effect. But what is the general feel among a 1 year a casting edi eye dwuma ewo ye ma mu ha because you being the PRO no there meaning say dengara some drivers will be calling you. What is the general feel like?
But that's the Prof. Who say fango no so ko tona se bo no fama e driver no e ka mpeso akatra wo boto ma so de check wo afa fango bo drop back for me driver ni akane nko ye adwuma pon no nya 50 cedis e bia 20 cedis bi ba be ka ho e firi se fango bo no na wo fom de si ame no ka say the abebu so no e ya de asan ji sika kakra se ti driver for boto the amount say driver for ni su said the okay no credit anapa. The number of calls Amenya ADFP across the nation. You know, most of our branches are Miami, who do you know, premier here, necessary, and conformance to show them yes, in Yamutre. That upon the in fact, I know Mabutoyam cross. If you tell us, Siano, Kitano Munyano, a be swat at a dear Sanko chef and woman. They are there harding, but in the movie, a Jumana, ye nia driver for no hu kwa ye gin driver for no hu no na ye gin passenger for ni ye gin car na for so ho eno ni adwuma ye nti ye share na se ye pese bi ba bonti a ye consider all these 3 areas no ansa ye bi abase ye be ya e be standing in between na oba ko hu anko kam dodo nti eno ne ade a mpe ye nti am just adre ye nyam fa bi ama bonti.
Unofficially, no, within the top hierarchy of GPRTU in Penyimfono, and Commodore Ben Nekoso.
Oh, as I'm speaking to you now, the answer and Commodore Bian said that and Koso now earlier before, no near change one gun and the back. Near the woo baby, I found good bono at the coffee. And you know, and Penyimfo, you're sharing my cookie as you are down there. Normally, so the Beba. Yeah, now and yeah, I can say a national 7 can say executive one this year, let's take a decision. The fair next meeting, National Executive Council meeting, comprises of all the 16 regional officers. You know, near in Africa, I'm speaking to you now. The DM say the young diseases are against China and I see and fresh meeting. You know, you need to see more and can be painted. Say. GPR2 at the Babylon.
But wow, share now I say, focus loto na. Wow, share going forward with this 1 cedi levy on every liter of fuel yet our filling station. Wow, share the air corner. Ubetimi akase enche ashentia bo ebekosoro.
Prof, you're saying in the class, it's likely to ensure you have the next rising window created to get in. And then you saw a bomb fire. Cobanis, because the Cobanis had the Anshinia, not in Chesapeake, okay, now I think you're born to wait in your talk about. Based on baby, I found go on to get more talk with you.
Now, I was reading a piece from Dan Kanamwa. And he had said, say, even within this second pricing window, no, say, and ya 1 cedi levy cry, anka yedo eto every liter of fuel, obeto ewo pump na. And originally in the crowd, Franco Borona was a cost by 2%. Now, unim sanshi share.
Yeah, and Duncan, yeah, when you have Penibia, yeah, Mr. Monica, Papa, sometimes I call him personally and may give some views give me a little and you know me aware of what you are saying. Say enkosi na here na ebeba so na ebeba so no normally yeah they were na me can be there na the 10% threshold and above no na yeah me eta monitor was ya me empese was a GPS you back kan obi a ehye into no decision bi e de beba bontin bia na see it be different this decision you know. So we don't just wake up and come out just like that. So we decide there. We ain't even manning to say A, B, C, D. Anything I say. Anything I answer. You have to book a car. You have to talk to me. Any ama. Me who said the EBA. Yes, I see a bar on Tony a bar. Yes, you who said the EBA. Actually, I'm a more maximum phone answer. A better say a Jane. A my dana.
Anti Ubaja Tum say Ayan Tumuya Abbey. It is not only as a result of the 1 cedi levy on every liter, but it's as a result of the second pricing window increase plus the 1 cedi levy on every liter of fuel. Alberto, the effects no and I feel is see.
That is perfect. That is perfect, Prof. Because Osha Nanka previously in baby no now one Ghana no ebe tosu prepare pa na Kenya di ebe ba be do baby we here. Into the next price ya sa percentage ni be count na one Ghana no so be count na me to get more ko do so. Into no ante one Ghana ni kwa do ho. The above fire share, the next pricing window, that is ending of the month, then you don't baby a back of the year ahead of you.
Million Sabolabo, you find common in see. Why? For God and country, that's it. But the band of my best trying.
And I mean, Prof, many of you, Prof, you better tell what you have. Never body animal. Why?
And you won't mean Shebo.
Bro, my page about to let you down.
For God and country, that's say. Mami Kodamima in-house studio. Guest, Aquaba, but there. I know, sir, they would have a stake. Prince Ofosu Sefa, a former CEO of Gifek, Midoka say, Wajakunya, Watana say. Prince Netisay. Now, Bibia come there. But so microphone, Mammy, why? Good. Bibia come up. You are looking good. I like your shirt.
Medase.
Yeah, gentleman, too much.
Medase.
Now, Niamam to say.
Yeah. Yamia Daroma, BBI, okay.
About of who?
Nedem in Toby.
But Udi, who ye? And I Udi kind. And I Udi kind a Toby.
I meant me talk a crack, but Tahiana with me at all. Say, where there I bet you. Problem, Nedia, but yes, say levy 2 billion cedis and a free Ghana for bottom. D levy way into the 6 billion 3 times.
Sir,
2 billion, yes, 2 billion a problem, but 6 billion okay.
Munyi a free menu and any more now. Now, say,
so, sorry, Prof. Anthony Cassidy say I didn't know settings. Now, down settings.
Now, most of this is here. I buy you BBR settings. Suddenly, you.
Would
it be BBR? Settings can say, Muko for free.
Gen Z for. So, more Gen Z for no one. Money young people now,
are street for no.
That be make young people, the youth. Okay. From your Gen Z, so doors to change.
But it's very unfortunate. It's a crony youth need there. Now, ye in the fear, which are prisons. So, the population of inmates over 14,000. Now, the percentage of youth about 70 to 80%. Then it tells you that unemployment is really a problem in Ghana.
Youth unemployment there. Every year, only a population growth.
Sure.
The increase.
Sure.
Every year. It's approximately 700,000.
700,000.
Yes, you can Google it right now and say Ghana population growth rate, and you will see 700,000 people, and a net increase every year.
All right, with a sum
and then where you might be 4 years, and what 700,000 times 4. Easy.
Ufusu Sefa. Okay. Holali Agbamava, NDC National Communication Team Member. Holali, Aleke good day, no?
Prof, good day.
Aleke Fonama. Oh, before. Holali Chofika.
Strongly.
Strongly to Erenya. Oh, okay. Jabocho Aduto. Soga Copper Aduto. That's where I come from. That's nice fine. One. Good to have you here.
It's a pleasure.
Okay. Now, say Zabri, I'm for Kase 1 cedi levy Abba. In addition to the automatic adjusted figure of about 2% on our fuel. People are complaining. But before you comment on this, maybe that's a NDC Muti saying.
Edi kan mamin fa akonya iso na minchia motiefo. I think you are streaming online too.
Yeah, we are streaming online. So you can go and go pick your phone now.
Okay.
Go to Facebook.
Yeah.
Look for SOMPA FM 106.5.
Okay.
And then share.
That would be great.
Yeah, so share for your people to also watch it. Yeah, for people to also watch it.
Yeah, so of course on
Sure.
on Facebook. Nitichuni NDC for a word of
Oh, okay.
Our MP, Member of Parliament, my own sister, Christina Elikimakuru, honorable member.
Oh, okay.
And,
yeah, by actions on your person. Oh, yeah, sure. Oyena is so jadugulu so because Domiko Abenya who say challenges be
Obeba. You know, she's won the seat for the first time for the NDC.
Yeah, that's fine.
On her second attempt, you know. One would think, say, you know, for the past 6 months, she's trying to maybe settle in Parliament.
Okay.
And a few things. So I'm sure once she's settled, she'll.
Now, would you tell me, Domiko Abenya or how be Waha?
Oh, definitely. I've lived here for over 21 years.
21 years.
Common
challenge. Okay.
I cut my political teeth here in Domiko.
Okay, so common challenge. I
think mainly will be our road networks. I mean, extremely terrible. Of course.
Oh, okay.
And in some places to access to water. Those things have a way of, you know, linking themselves. Mainly because there are some areas, you know, they were just established not too long ago. So you'd expect, say, issue coho, electricity, coho. Usually the contractors who try to do a few makeshifts. Yeah, to tracks in the corner. It's made building materials are calling money now. So with time, it adds to the the number of unfixed roads. And Domiko is the biggest constituency in the country, number wise, and I think geographically too. Yes, it's quite a size. So it will be difficult for one person to try to solve everything at a go, especially not within 6 months.
Not within 6 months.
Yeah. So of course the MPPs had the time for several years. We've seen Adra on 3 terms. We've seen Okwe Senior on 2 terms. So when the NEC has the opportunity now, my dear sister has the opportunity now. It's 6 months, and she's hit the road running. Of course, she's been aware of the issues too. Or no bad, or no Kabenya since '93, or I think so. So she's been here long enough to have a fair appreciation of the issues here. And also to or the year campaign. About betting Yaboa. Yaman Chad, we have also a very good MC, Mr. Abu.
When see your friend is
Mr. Abu.
Abu.
Yes.
True.
Mr. Abu.
Your friend is
a fine gentleman.
Honestly, your friend is
you begin to get the opportunity to have them once they are properly settled. I believe so.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of time.
May that's a matter of time. We are called break about. And when we return, we'll get back to the vex issues right here. For God and Country on SOMPA 106.5 FM.
Techimano Fui, Electroland Abeja, near the Munamuniama Paninina Swabo. Wait, Thursday, 10th April 2025. Raya showroom for front and Wukumasi Techiman Quanaso.
Yeni Roma, sorry, Dino, and that's a backsword Nadia Nimshe.
Roberto Samsung, TCL, Media, NASCO TV, AC, fridge, gas cooker, washing machine, deep freezer, home theater, microwave, blender, kettle, rice cooker, and any more papa Kahunina. Now, when in baby, it can for Baku 50, ebenya 15% discount. Any achedie, it's Brabetadie. Kahuna, say now.
Kweku, minim se why she. Me cry man nane. Now so ebony show one embasso.
Mane hon sepeno. Ebony condoms comes in different flavors and available in all pharmacies, chemical shops, over-the-counter shops, and pubs. For bulk purchases, contact 055-230-0075. Ebony condoms, Ghana's most pleasurable condoms. Make it worth it.
We got peppermint, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. We got peppermint, strawberry, vanilla.
21st clinic a yes sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo siremu woje ho ba bia enye na no na 21st clinic ba ya adwuma pa wo mu yenti abaso bo ma gye no Ghana ha ene amono ne enya asem ketua wo mu gye international awards ahodo wo mu gye local awards ahodo na anu nso na wo mu bie the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim ha no ebi ni ba bia gye 21st clinic nkwa wo mu de bibidro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho eya yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama ade ba ko a wo ma gidi wo mu pa no eye sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade Ghana ha ba bia wo mu ho enkran ha sese ye wo Tantra Hill runabout se wo free enkran eba ye wo wonsa ni fa so wo fra masaman so na eba nso a wonsa bonkum so eho na wo behu ye 0540311311 0540311311 na se 21st clinic still wo mu ye sciatica expert
Yabo for endpoint homeopathic clinic yabeda mo say electrolang Ghana mo so yeda mo say do agile special foods we're making special mention of you na 21st clinic so asene kesepa and then Medima for Herbal Center Dr. Time Daso and a Time Herbal Mixture. We want to thank you so much Edamase, and we appreciate your contribution to For God and Country right here on SOMPA 106.5 FM. Walali, 1 CD levy on every fuel or fuel. A man for now said yamu yeno a settings coupled with there's a communication from the presidency about things a buying government officials are womoje a fuel coupons allowance in a trim. Is that not settings as Minia Prince episode? Mudi weaba and a masakofa weaba and Tina Mama Ghana for confused settings sana MPP for Cassio.
Prof Medase, Bam one that any MPP communicator will say anything else other than the Omukaike. But the point is this, and I also like how you frame the question. So the announcement, I think both announcements came almost at the same time. So now let's also get this clear. One CDNO is not an introduction of a new levy or a new tax handle. But so the core parliament was an amendment of an existing one. It was the percentage near PJI.
Are you sure?
These facts are very clear. You can check.
Okay, so Ukachrem said it was an amendment of the existing law. We know that now a amendment.
Yeah.
But originally, there was nothing like some levy. Like okay. So you just go ahead.
Exactly my point. So
yeah. Just go ahead.
You can fact check it.
I'll fact check it. I know it was an amendment.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
and more amendi and amodi one CD naba.
Yeah, PJM kakra.
Mu PJM.
There
be entina sa levy no. Na scandal so mo kase mu PJM kakra na saying.
Okay.
And mo PJM akodu saying.
So I'll try and then
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Everything up together. So we were clear on the intent of the increase or the amendment of that existing levy. The EPC this is can year. Indeed the kind to your book
okay, so obi tie usisia na onu wante de mo pese aban pese this can year na me bisa say then aban pese this can year. Okay, that's fine.
Exactly the point. So you buy I mean fuel. There are three components in the energy sector. Power, to be specific. We have financing, we have generation, and then we have, fuel. So, so generation, transmission, so you can box that into generation, but then financing, and then fuel. In the case of generation, the last I checked, when NDC was leaving power in 2016, John Mahama Beto 2,500 capacity, generational. We had left 5,000. As Janice said, we had doubled the nation's generational capacity by the time we were leaving office. So that's what
2016.
Yes, by 2016 we had 5,000 plus. That's on the generational part. Number two, fuel. The NDC government under Mahama, before we left in 2016, made the biggest investment in industry. no, my musa by that time be that $1 billion. That gave us the trouble gas. I never me gas. And they supply most of the generational, facilities that we have. And also non-change. So we have dealt with the fuel part, an aspect of it. Number 3, financing. Near the Esla futu ebeto ho. Sebe ya ye bwa was kanu kakra. Na legacy debt, a car ada what check from government to government. Power sector, the energy sector no. Ebe he need ye isa kani na fi ho. Sebe ya the sector no humbe high no. Na ne isi janka so ya di weka. Nti we see on my power biom e china say ni say. The NDC before leaving office in 2016 did all these 3 critical interventions in the power sector. As in if you are by the time we're returning, all had deteriorated. And before they told us that we had left excess, indeed, they said over excess capacity. And now Minoka say we need more generational capacity because we have exhausted all. NT say NDC and John Mahama and Nyan Shekai. And for 2005, and they never and double capacity and by now would have been in very, very dire straits. Because the MPP in their 8 years did not do any significant addition with regards to generational capacity. That's on the generational aspect. So Yababe who say a car still a war yentra Esla futuna yeja and by no see our edging who skadi. A year no mujisi kana omudi Esla and koto awaji yeno. Omudi chia kana nka na kana perform. One yen is saying nearby and Osaka no. And you see, in computing, tariffs, currently under the MPP, they did something very, very smart. They took out the fuel component of generating power and in the entire distribution and everything. As Jenny said, all the power generators now your homes is here, fuel, especially LCO when we don't have gas. We would have to buy and supply it to them. But I don't know yen fanka tariff regime no. Inti I don't know sika is separate. Aba kwa 5 infa. Government must always have that money on hand. Sebe ya gas ni hwa betimi ya kwa to LCO. Which you look friend is saying light crude. So we can power our thermal generational plants in the absence of gas. So for a long period, because we were not yet council, the council about so it was affecting our generation and the tariffs. They say in this eka ewo. Essence somebody esla koto awajis kani dia o manfen chiaka nintino. We also have to find a way of paying most of the power generators, the private ones especially, who were threatening to shut down before even the end of 2024. Asogli and the rest were threatening to shut down. Yet Jomoka. So if you leave the sector like that without any prudent measure of finding proper financing to address all these things, we'll go back to doing so. So what did the NDC do? You've been able to manage the fiscal space very brilliantly. Monetary policy at the Bank of Ghana, so the combination of the two has brought down, made significant changes in the forex market. Even IMF is speaking about it today. What happened? And maybe not dollar and I'm 17, but now take 16, 15, and then I'm that area of 15 year by, and then I'm here. Yeah, and Prof. Mika say maybe at a certain point, then I'm 16, year 17. By a buyer, we caught it around somewhere 15 thereabout. We have brought it down to about 10. Fuel around 15, 14. It has come down to what? About 10. No, but Prof. may come back. You see, I'm trying to. Yes, exactly the point. So, Ubepeja 15 and 14 at about 10 and 11. It means that whoever is benefiting has when you're in infrastructure creating if you first no nanka udi 15 kwa otono sia udi 10 neto into 4 enka obutum Afọ aka obutum. Na said your boa wo ma saa de ne si ye no se se aboa me 1 cedi. 1 cedi ne mi fan kotwe meni. We are ya de so futuo ring fenced. Aban fanisa mu. When the need comes for us to go and get LCO, which is light crude, so we can power our thermal plants. Then we power the power, the thermal plant, so we can continue to have power, reliable, sustainable power, always. I am could do some mobile. But we obi nipa yes I we man. Can see ya? Boni ben waye. What is the net effect? Prof. Maybe say with them Mr. Wadaroman. The current there be Mr. Say it didn't come. You don't know you are the host. The current situation. Are Ghanaians not better off now, even with the addition of the 1 cedi now? Are we not still better off? Is it not better than we inherited? The answer is yes, it is. No matter how small the effect is, it has an effect. So if the effect is even 50 pesos, Prof, you have seen change, which is positive. Gold board and moi. Bringing in more forex. Bank of Ghana is also managing the space very well. Finance, dealing with the fiscal. Any anyama way in Nanka still level 15. Any 1 cedi you have become one by na 16, 17. So let's be honest to the facts. Today, even with the 1 cedi a year to liter no so no, Ghanaians are still better off than we were. Or before the NDC government inherited this government. So whatever the gains are, nipa do we are here. No matter how small the gain is, Prof, we 50 pesos if you 1 billion, so can you still count 1 billion? 1 billion. How will you count it? 999 point something, and then 1 billion because we 50 pesos if you so. That is the net effect. So whatever the net effect is what we should be discussing today as a mind. Say adia no abafom ba san peja ya na akwakusi infa. Is it worse than we inherited? That's how the discussion should go. And to bring in a friend is saying buying fuel allowance. Now that's mainly for political appointees and also young committee volunteers. White and green letters from one same year came. Are you getting the point? They are political appointees. They are part of the executive. Serving your nation requires a certain level at the topmost leadership, at the functional level, that executive level. It requires sacrifice. Proper leadership must be exemplary. We should tighten our belt and you will losing yours and be benefiting freebies. So the proper leader that John Mahama is, and why he be paying? Back here, before we left office, what did he do? He was taking a percentage of the salaries of all his appointees. This is cheap compounds. You are my appointee. I have appointed you. And I have appointed you to help me to serve Ghana. Fiscal way to change. Young fan could try a room speedy. Yet you could see cheap compounds so that people in rural areas will get access to health whenever they need it on time. And yet the chips compound. And then I say full and I'm going free. No, I been putting the V8 equity. Friday about point you now the V8 because you are not affiliate. What the coin? Yang yakakrawa ye years to. I editor full on the go. Mau die with you mano. Friday would the V8 akusi ho. We affiliate. What the coin? Ye na de call. What they call vacation, holidays and all those things. Is that official? It is not. Inti say new appointee was say ya buy in this kenny ho. I want you my anymore. No yet more can she by if anything a spare parts for ni na ono ko ne dwuma so nika or funny boat or funny trotro nyo bia na de ma no ba ono betua to ama ye de akwakoto fuo na won ababu nu free de ko won titan wo aboso ne bi there be ya nya ne sa nti ye jai waketu anie on saka yi kakra de tom na let me make this very clear. this is not going to affect functional vehicles. We have operational vehicles at every ministry and agency. I know strictly for operations. And no, it is part of their budget for operations. We are talking about the political appointee. Ultimately, feeling V8 for free at the weekend. And who has now, if you have to do that, you must justify it. And then it is going to be weighed whether it is relevant before you are going on the weekend official duty. Before you be allowed to go ahead and get any such privileges again. And the way to me, I'm Henumi, Ganani, and Crankre. I have some pa no mampeni Edia Brian, both with the levy and then with the scrapping of the fuel allowance.
All right, Walali, I want to say thank you to you. Wakawa summary, but the chief on channel to say at exactly maybe 10 or 5 p.m. there may be a line senatum number of phrases soon 0260196064 0260196064 0260196065. Dear aban edi ababetu dwane se aban empenyimfo a womo ono apa womo no okira omo saa fuel allowance no omo je no ade a wotwem na mom Ghana ni bia obokọ fuel pump agwakoto fuel no ono de se nipa ne de otua 1 cedi aka ebudada na otua no, and it's going to be on every 1 liter wobeto. Na we na NDC MPP amanyoku for na anase minority in parliament cry ka say we a sentence nkwa wadwen kire na saying adihye we ade a bebo man na na me pato 0260196064 0260196065 eti for misremo me bie lines in two mu me bie two mu a na mo afrem hu say me kan sisi ano amanfo start frɛ we de mesremo munya mbotre na me call ama Yenua Bema Prince Ofosu Sefa Okasama NPP Amanyokuo, former CEO of Gifex. What here? One also the Nasam Betujay. Baka is Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Yabeda Mwase 21st Clinic. Muboy Juma Yepa. Sasuna Medima for Herbal Center. Dr. Time Dasu Time Herbal Mixture. Edro Papa di na Electroland Ghana Limited. Okwa Hona Benya electronics papa to na Haja Special Local Foods. Hey, Obeduane. De papa. Prince, mind you.
Yeah, Prof. I'm such a chief Sembi Bray Akoso. Nso me buy a chepa. Me tie never be bray na. And someone I want for can just say be why je uti cry na che so won cry.
Na uti pa ho.
Ayo. And so now was me
sa suna also count there. Obaka so utia
o me dey fast and go.
And ne dey na yeden.
Ai be propaganda.
Hey, we sure.
I will na for there so I need to. I mean omo ye expert Ghana fo nyina nim say ba propaganda there ye train omo ye. So omo background I socialist near. Omo ye there was. Yeah, Professor I can one or two things be. And I took down some notes. I believe say on an can.
Dr. Ayana.
Dr. Aye, sorry. I'm say my mixing up my notes kitwe but I'm say we ni mumu ye delali.
We Holali.
Me
na me delali.
But yo. Holali can one or two things be oba so mobile no ye more President Abaso omotua NHIS payments and I'm a na kan no and a doc. Okay. And the doc was saying that bondholders omotua on free SHS. What is interesting about this NHIS MPP and this program eba krom ha obie nim we free SHS MPP the second MPP government and bondholders omuketua ne sane me nyina MPP na hihye ni nyina. In fact, I was taking your friend is saying it was very interesting to me say he mentioned NHIS say payment o makle time one. The last NDC government, if you so no, not NHIS, no good. They were behind by 2 years. 2 years. The normal, is supposed to be about 3 months of payment. MPP brought it down to below 6 months of payment. I think by the time our government, if you so no, we were down to the normal a year of 3 months. Doctors, normally echo. So there's always a little bit of delay, but the normal year is 3 months. We were able to achieve that. Oh man, you were behind by 2 years. Waba na MPP ahyehyɛ saa nneɛma yi nyinaa fixe bibia fa ya obaya o si yɛma president Mahama yɛmmɔ na baso ne yɛnka sɛ ne obu ɔman ne yie. Enti yɛka settings na ebia ni o. Ade a enye wo na wo hyehyɛ yɛ. Bond holders ne yi nyinaa no ɛyɛ bibia ne yɛahyehyɛ. In fact ya budget kra to ho ansa na mo ba omutua normal release statement every Jubilee House president a direct CNTI NSS for just a communication propaganda settings and a PR and a government you masheda edia she omoboso say juma omubedi organa no. He also mentioned say omono MPP atranswa NDC has ruled this country the PNDC kahwa 27 years prior to this government, this current government, 27 years. The entire UP tradition at the Ghana so a total of 19 years as we speak. So UP from 1947 a UGCC Shasi Ebeye UP till now. So yedi omainsu 19 years. Now look at the impact. Look at the impact under President Kufuor. Look at the impact especially under Nana Addo Dankwa first term. Ukabumwa eye unprecedented. You know, ultimately my kind my impressions there. MPP diswa na afi no maba. No. What the Ghana so now you're on your 28th year ruling this country. Enti omayin problems ne ade no. Ultimately nyumu free mo. You are most responsible. In fact,
na oka say 28th year. Ti calculate ma me from
President Rollins.
Okay.
Me say PNDC.
Oh, there be other way. We are talking about. We are talking about
the
fourth republic.
So
we are talking about the fourth republic.
Yo, Prof. Mate.
Fourth republic.
Me say almost tradition. Na me ka tradition asem.
All right.
Indeed, that's why I said P and let me put P/NDC.
All right, that's fine.
Me run PNDC da. Sa crucia. I'm just telling you, say 27 years, and with the 27 years, you say they have the current 4. On my 6 months, and I'm a boy. And to me, my impression say, Muna afi no mabana you be na edi or minus watch a misleading. And then I also saw say, Holali here was talking about say. Omo amendment omo de call for so-called D-levy no bibia na wo hodada na omo amende no ne ade. Yes, there was about 95 pesos and wo fuel biaso, right? Some say depending on which grade, whether diesel or but in and around 95 pesos. Some are 93, some are 94, 95. Until let's just say 95 pesos or so. And na wo hodada. So ena modi 1 CD abeka. Okay, so you are saying it's a percentage now. However you slice it, you dice it, you have increased the fuel levies, from about 95 pesos to 195. That's the bottom line. Enti mayema ni emfa technicalities biya me confuse you biya. Ena to me, he also mentioned something which I took note of. Say Omar ring fence and no correct. It's not ring fence. Ring fence means say almost sikana ya jeno ya bohun buying enko consolidated fund move for 12 months. That has not been done.
Oh, but that's no man pinyi kai.
Dabi.
I don't know man pinyi kai. O si sasika no enya sa dia sasika no ye do akodan e consolidated fund.
Chief Bacho Meba say omo when the law was passed, I stand to be corrected because I'm not a parliamentarian, I'm not there. But I remember vividly, said they never specified that this is solely going towards paying for them. So it's not done. It's not done.
But
what I'm saying is so the winner koka Esla. The Esla part of the 95 pesos now, it's not the entire 95. A portion of it, I think about 45 pesos or so, if my memory serves me right. And Esla no yankasi the 1 cedi way akoka is solely going towards. In fact, they even mentioned, the energy minister mentioned, says, Eskawe no crown, it will not be enough. They need more. Now, Mamin can be been show. Namin country a TFO.
Yeah.
The main purpose now, Omoka say, we a year to solve doom sono, and you're no correct. You know why? Maybe I can tell you, say, I have sources within the energy industry. They have already bought fuel for a year. Your friend is saying the rest of the year. They have bought fuel and Sakran as I live in here then eba. Now niye nimuno. Our own analysis no show us say. You see, sir, CD appreciation ya ni eka almost say yeboa. Now they were creating an artificial, at least they were intervening in the market. Omu deny ya until senre ya na IMF abeti omoto. They were denying it. So omu intervene. They had nothing to do with it. It was a natural happen here. They say who say enye no kre. They injected $1.4 billion. And this is to me one of the most serious actions our government will take here. In my opinion, no, they have not learned the lessons of 2020 to 2024. You don't know crisis ebeba. Ain't you know, make hay while the sun shines. But more than that, say, if you run into the good times, government will run it into great times. So far, they've been so lucky. BBI working when they came, crude oil was about $80 a barrel. At the time, I'm gonna take you over. Crude oil went all the way down to about 62. And saying I say cost roka crabby and asamba form because of the skirmishes in Iran near day. Fortunately for them, I escalated. So do the calculation from 80 to 62 percentage a year, at least 20% decline, if not 25, between 2025. So that was the decline of crude oil on the world market. And if you are beba form. Another thing that helped them is mobile and also no government the previous government almost all the recovery we were already on track to the point IMF and I'm try say almost extend the program they won't do it. They said they would. IMF say BBI on track, so they will not extend the IMF program for them as they requested. And the president said in one of his first two speeches, there was a sonar and then there was the one that he gave your friend is a handover.
Yeah.
So one of the two.
The handing over speech.
Yes.
And so
one of the two.
Checking those two speeches for me.
He even mentioned, say, they will look at how our Omobe renegotiate the IMF program. It was mentioned in there. I remember. I heard it. So until they were trying to do it, because almost all the conditionalities and the thresholds and the year almost set IMF was set. We had been meeting them. Everything was on track, including a 5.7 GDP growth last year. 5.7, which was spectacular. Mobile is already GDP growth. You yourself more than more the conform and I'm saying IMF assign the akosro kakra because of several actions. He also mentioned how Umuja your friend is a megawatt of electricity. Generational capacity. Yes, when Nanado buy, and he mentioned that they had about 1,000 megawatts of extra capacity, he called. But one of the things was that we had too much more capacity than we needed, to the point where these were also in the agreements. Say we had to pay for them even if we didn't use them.
Take or pay.
And it was so bad that the World Bank had to officially come out and warn us, says they are renegotiating agreements. The Mahama #1 or first term Mahama government in the signing year. We were Ghana, no, just say we were on track for economic calamity. we had to negotiate. In fact, the projections at the time was that energy debt na omudi jaya na minue dwam kakra wa ha.
But is it true that ansana mufi aban generational capacity mudi be kan one?
Yeah, there were some generational capacities. In fact, I will have to check again and let you know. But I know that Buidam Edibi kan ho. Also I am also aware that Ghana Gas also added capacity to their friends production. Capacity? No, their production, their some of the almost generating gas. There were several, but the bottom line is that while I look for that number for you, I will look for it because I had it before. While we talk about generational capacity, the key is not how much we added. I've asked this question and I've had this discussion before. Waba, Yachiro say capacity now almost insane, trying to solve doom so, which nearly collapsed our economy. And they couldn't solve it in time. I caused to so much unemployment, IMF program, and all those things. So as part of that, almost assigning agreement, your debt was going to move all the way up to about $16 billion if nothing was done. So the projection was that if we do not renegotiate, we were going to be saddled with up to $16 billion in debt because of the bad agreement.
I don't think I'm about renegotiation.
So they renegotiated.
Okay. All right.
And if you have excess capacity, you want the MPP government to go and add capacity at the time. Too much. Does that make any sense? Doesn't make any sense. So we rationalized and renegotiated. By the time government free the energy sector debt was down from what was left 3 billion or so, if my memory serves me right. It was down marginally to about 2.5. So we actually brought down the debt. Into this whole year, what created this artificial crisis of doomsoniade. You said that the government. No, I'm just saying, say.
Where are we now?
You said that government funding for fuel, where was it going to come from? Ghana for believe were common on the street. How was Anado paying for the fuel? How come say we kept the light on virtually for 8 years? Yes, of course, once in a while you have a light off. But Ghana need beer ni hono mo be say the doomso and the nanado and the few doomso occurrences that we had here and there. Collapsed businesses was anywhere near what happened under the previous NDC government. Ghana for so we don't have to explain it to them. They know the lights were virtually on throughout.
Nanado aban a pension not the biane or light.
Oh, minia and I make catch.
Okay, say the then Minister of Energy, Napu, was this one of the media station? He was asked. So we know a doomsie and I say a doomso.
And I make.
I don't know what you say. One more pencil, the light, a co offer a doomsie. Is that what you want to say?
No, I'm trying to say, sir. As for the former energy minister, he can speak for himself. Me, I will also speak for myself. So with due respect, I'm just saying, sir.
You speaking for yourself.
I'm speaking for myself.
One more pencil, not doomso.
Men I make a say the doomso. The occurrences of doom, so the degree of doom, so you're always going to have some
doom. Sorry, your degrees.
That's a Ghana phone.
So you agree with me that in your time, no more doom. So
who can even give you 100% lights on? We can't. We in rules our level, no. So what you say? Until no be himself once in a while you had some issues here and there, but all I'm saying is without talking about doom CSA, doom saw, whichever. I'm saying so that the lights were generally kept
zeroing
throughout
down your discussion or your submission to a 1 cedi levy on every liter of fuel Alberto. And he tells us says Caro a idea a buying a bebo buying. Say the beya yen caniano
and I make a
na wɔn de akɔ
as we sit here, no, I do not believe SOMA ring fencing only for fuel and energy. No,
you
I
believe
don't
there are other things.
Yes, well, that's what I have.
You
That's
said
the
the mobile,
information I have. But if you can prove to me that it's ring fenced, because I heard ring fence and I believe it's not ring fenced. Okay, I stand to be corrected. But I'm just trying to wrap up with this. Your friend is saying the increase in
fuel,
the fuel prices and.
The scrapping of
almost a scrapping of coupons.
Fuel coupons for government
it's just that almost has so much say propaganda and almost so much, so I had quite a bit of notes and I'm just wrapping up. As I wrap up in answer to some of the questions, I can't bear one or two I'll answer these two main points. Sure. They talked about forex. How was they say dollar no Edru 10 cedis. The dollar on the streets is it's not less than 13. And last time I remember last week,
last
self-made calls.
Me and Kasanka. Let me remember. Me and Kasanka. When was that? On a Monday. Na me per dollar to. And it was about 11 cedis 90 pesos.
Okay.
Sana abuchi ne ka say what be mami.
11
cedis 90 pesos. And I'm saying na me kra mo dollar ni bi am e ton wo. Also obeton no 11 cedis 60 pesos.
SOMPA FM. Anyway, abochi kuna wunya no oye correct pa because me so hu abochi a oton.
Hey. I know abochi. It was not all from only one abochi.
Sorry.
We said that is survey. But generally no, they were talking about 11 cedis 90 pesos. And also the ebi ebro mo amato everywhere. Almost 11 cedis 60 pesos.
And I make say
yes.
Me knew watching yet. Oh no. Reality no.
The but who abuchi now can say 30.
Me say and che bia ma abuchi
13 cedis.
No otoye 12.5.
Oh. Sir.
Meaning troncho.
Really?
Say only me dia chinya. Me one number.
And the wabuchi no
Dabi Otoye.
Buy.
I swear.
No, it's not true.
Oh, Aden.
No, it's not true.
It's
not true.
Minia.
Yes.
Me unim me there. But I will never come here and tell you.
No, but Prince. Me no idea no.
Oh. And I make her say unim me just so that me credibility.
No, but me no. So I should not dispute.
Debbie. Me okay no. Because I was not there.
Because I was on the market myself.
Oh, Prof.
Me. Boss.
What I'm saying is say because my credibility is very important to me. Me want a number. We will call him. And I will deal with your producers.
Yes.
And we will.
So can we still check from the market and see?
The purchase buying was 12.5. And I'm just telling you the truth, and I'll prove it to you.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you know. Say the bottom line is that the IMF has shown the government, which has been very lucky so far, but moving in from Antihoda. And when they came in, the gold reserves now MPP did buy, which we built from about just under 9 tons to 31, just under 31, and Sunny Efra Baimu. So since then they have added almost nothing. MC Jama 1 ton. Penoma added since that time. So what the agreement with the IMF and they say, we could not inject more than $60 million, between $40 and $60 million to make sure the normal flow was good. And sir, threshold normal set which was around 30 tons, I believe. Yeah, hit just December. The government will buy they hit it threshold. There was no longer any limit. And then they almost said Christmas come early, Brunya. They went and intervened $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion. And you know the consequences of this. yes, dollar bafom. Almost the year almost settings. But when you go and you're a businessman back also here $200,000 no the akofane nioma. On call bank biya da enya more than $10,000 da.
Can I come
it's
in
a business
over?
person. And I listened to that this morning, that YouTube,
that interview,
and they were talking about it.
It was on YouTube.
It was YouTube, and I believe I have it. So maybe that's the forex story out there. On the market, people are not getting those rates. They are not getting them, and they are not getting the dollars. So also to me, according to even some of them, their own testimony. Almost to me bank unhia so be transfers kako baby e be electronic the normal payment swift just so koto e na o de aba because bank ni bi na o koto a wakoto no higher rate meanwhile government nso say so low.
All right, you see for mama
right. Bottom line is say no omuti ayeye and fuel prices say echo form on the world market.
And you know, fee say
may run it down. Let me round down. So, global inflation about form at the peak. Global inflation 2021 4.6, 2022 8.6, 2023 6.63, 2024. 5.67. Do you know the average global inflation under President Mahama? First term, I checked it. 3.5, and you can check it for yourself. And you know what the MPP government dealt with during the crisis period of 2020 through 2023, 2024. Sorry, enya all these good time na monye careful, don't go in overspending your good kakra ye building MPP are building maba be say ni nyina ena mo de ye settings ena mo smart fuel no mo na mote so meanwhile ade enso ye world crude oil ena ye den akofo ena mo de this high rate unim say me can be before say levy almost mo year free hono. The entire levy out of you and I, your pocket, about 2 billion cedis. Levy. I say no, yeah, break. Within bare 2 months. Now, what the levy about? What my 2 billion? Also, you 2 billion a free hole, and now this 6 billion about. And you had that.
Yo. Abusha for SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. Endpoint homeopathic clinic. Abusha say wo ya dia ho na kwa mpacho ho beto wontem. Sempo no obi a wakampe mu a wontimi sorry. Na mpo no eye anwudwuye anase stroke na edi nipa ne die nya. Bato sa nipa kono omo se moto nsa frɛ mu a omeba fie aba behwe nipa na ma ne ho ato no sempo no opa awo mu nsam nyama nhyeda nkoyie be ma jinso yi ya na ewo no so ebiso e ka pio wanya ya no wajemu and I say he has some kind of nerve diseases and now wa no brebo mu problems are endpoint homeopathic clinic for say fa uyade no ebe down mo no babo ama wanya ya the sa from 0244 867068 again read them on 027 423 4321 na ohwe obecha kwan e won kran ha obecha kwan e wo Shell signboard Sprinters Road na omo baby omo Kumasi aye kronom abohia ho enamo once again from 0244 867068 as I can you say aye 21st clinic boy chi dom kese pa sciatica sciatica ya pa sa wuntini mu twetwen kan wonan mu ntini na twetwen me pacho o pepe bia wo do bekọ a wo benya eye ayade santamu a ebo no eda fom bebre a bomodin panafo we ni kire eye 21st clinic the sciatica originator the paysetters the sciatica commander the sciatica researcher me pacho 21st clinic there almost 15 branches across the country so we show more kran ya more Tantra Hill runabout tema more a Roman Catholic Church no echiwa kaswa hwehwe more New Market Obum Road Kumasi more here overseas baby a ɛyɛ sompa ɛdan no FM dan no wɔ na so nyane hwehwɛ ɔmo obi a any regional hospital first gate ɛdi nhwɛ ne mo Techiman ɔmo OGN Bank building no nkransa wobɛhu ɔmo children's park Takwa ɔmo Roman stores Takra di ɔmo Efiekuma number 9 taxi station and also in Brekum go so in Abuasi baby a ɔmo ho sciatica expert no obetimi from 054 0311 3311 again read them on 054 0311 311 that's a kind you say Medima for Herbal Center Dr. Time Daso wono ena wode emre atoso sempo no yade bia adokro ache yare kwankro oje wenje on the also the time atoso sempo no wentimi ansa wo yade na enye ono a me de make ache onyina no se bomodin na anyone nkodi ehyiemu uni omudi ehyiemu a yade abohu se you ombo adwuma yie papa yare kwankro bia adokro ache bia no any debilitating disease gerontological disease you can think about remember a Medima Full Herbal Center from 0244 774282 again read them on 0500 727 Kumasi obehu omo Buakwa Agogo bia the government school dey hwe ni mo nkran ha omo Pokwase Maira benim say Aja special local food so boy chidom. But after this submission, I'll be telling you what they also do. We have some couple of messages on Facebook. I'll be going over there to read the message. But Mamin call Holali Jane. Holali, summing up on this discussion, then I'll become.
Prof, I was many of them. I was you. Yes.
And you have been
about your policy rates. Forex rates and all those kind of things. We have regulators. It will be our shares and Yamanina. Bank of Ghana sets the rates. In the Bank of Ghana say a 10.9. Now also koto abochi ho. Now abochi ko move fast wa. One fault.
But I'm not for complaining. Some banks are munya dollars.
I'm saying that.
Yes.
People are complaining.
Yes.
Which banks did you go to? How do they access their forex? There are procedures, there are operations of accessing forex from the bank. And America say
for now we don't know. It's here for now. So it be our lacking knowledge. And the equipment should be first why $1 no.
See, I'm
saying
from the bank. I'm saying
no. Allow him. I'm asking him a question.
Now, businessman, I'm talking about you. Abochi is a businessman. Abochi no auto atom.
Munka is Abochi ni ebidi.
Oh, sorry. Prof.
Yes.
Abochino onam kwan ho ono eden or top shoe no say 100 Ghana or kwa obedi kan tell say 300 Ghana. Ono ne fashion wo pe. Enti when rates are set and you go to Abuchi and you have poor negotiation skills, now to go move fast one. Who are you trying to blame? Prof, you have please you have
that's me ye chen o de. So you were poorer. You
in fact you have a better negotiation skill than
Yeah, I don't know American.
Yes. So Prof, you know the issue with the forex in the look, it is by deliberate policy. The Bank of Ghana, the Gold Board, the Juma Omoye, and then the Finance Ministry. It is deliberate. And yet and yet magic. What is happening is not magic. It is deliberate policy. So I'll just leave it with the forex issue. We're talking about the power issue. Yera John Mahama Jina Parliament, I say which was a legacy problem. But before he leaves power, he will solve it. 2016 NDC there was no dumso. There was no planned load shedding. What we had was effects of dumso on equipment, which were being replaced or either repaired once a while. The records are there. The Energy Commission, you can just check with their records. 2014, 2015, 2016, the records are there. And you see, over to excess capacity.
In some now who can Ghana for you.
Of course, yes. I have given a source.
Okay, that's
Go to the Energy Commission. You can see.
I know your source.
Of course.
But practicality. Uber from what? Saying.
About Energy Commission has its way of gathering data nationally. So you cannot take anything from me or me a senior prince or T. I'm a Ghana Fuati. There's an original source that gathers data, and their data is supposed to be used by all of us. And once I'm American, that's why I've quoted the source. Number two, over two excess capacity. Yera Mahama can say we are producing the power to make us sustainable. Say by Ghana benya power no do draw na yenya dum so. Ni yewia de beka no prof. The excess capacity na beka no. Ghana will be made a net exporter of power. Na je say amaya hu right ben no. Yenye use power no say ma bi kan e be den. Ya ton the akana e den ama so we bring in forex. Waba ben mu you have inherited such a government. Now we banana say when hu ye. Now excess capacity number be ye come wa who do you blame? Georgia to ho no ka kire wo say oya na say bro so ade bro so no ton to bring in forex. Well, but now say won ton. You were negotiating a merry deal, something that was supposed to cost $500 million. Every year, say call 1.3 billion, 800 million. The source. You can't know Pamu energy minister. A friend is saying a Boache Jacon. Bepumun also back as sounds without back as any bit they see here. That is how they manage the energy in the power sector. Today you sit here and you want to claim glory for what? Or say MP before the NHIS by Hefa. NHIS was piloted under Rollins by a Catholic hospital. Saint
Elwon grandson.
Yes, that means you are prof. Why would me check? MPP Babemono when John Kufuor was leaving, he was leaving government. He left us with mutual health, not national health. Kufuor fi abayemono kra sa card na. Owo do mi kwa benya ha. Otra e de call different district or municipality ayanhwe. And no, it is called mutual health. It is not national health. It was not until Yera Mills ni Mahama Baye in 2009 that we had national health. And no for card no ha. Okota malikra na ye show. Facts are secret and facts are facts. Obiambet na han tufutu ngubi. Number two, the minister was very clear on the levy issue. When the law was passed, we had given a date and Kaibed and Beshas here. Yan Shas yes that date. Prof Sao Kain Chimwa minister the buy. At the time, the Iran and in PROF war na then Ashas here.
Israel Iran.
The fuel prices were going up on the market. So we decided to what? Stay the execution of the the implementation or the execution of the levy. What did we do? Today I listened to the energy minister. He was very clear again. That governance seeks to strike a balance. Ntiyawa has a say once he has started say a basse on the world price market. Any escalation goes up again, what's going to happen? We are going to stay the execution again. Because government is seeking to strike a balance in that space. Say by ya engine sem emanyama boye de enkosuma Ghana for nyeden emre. So if anybody sits, Minister Kasa untie or they release ba munkan. Now, I don't want to even dignify the MPP for any with propaganda. Because I have studied propaganda. And it is not lies. They are facts according to. MPP for more propaganda. They are mischievous and they tell barefaced lies. That is what they do. What beside me on several locations to give you, sources. But I was about the number of phones in the cranny. Would you be number of you? I will need phones.
Because for my go back to
okay, no problem. I don't have a problem.
Yes.
So the issues are clear, and indeed, I also have a topic cry completely. But meaning Ninja, But me, I'm there. So when I went to Yanka Sampa, the topic on the table is with regards to scrapping.
Sometimes you allow for other things to come in.
His initial submission, and not the AFN is saying, AFN is in response to people's submission.
Okay. Me da say holali. Oh, that be no way. Maybe for course time aso. No, they be we are messing about time. No, they we are mude.
But the man we chat. So currently we are making gains because Sydney is performing. Very, very good, place. It's also come. So we are making gains. Our buffers are back. Now me here as I'm sure you also listen to him. Buffers are here to sinking fund and all those things. When they came, COVID by boom, they wiped it all out. By the time they were leaving government, once he declared new buffer BMO, We didn't have any buffer at all.
Okay, so
has a CA, some restaurant, not a Kayadina, was here Kokuchia. Young just can't Kuchia. The NDC government is back to those buffers. So all the gains we are making, no, ye Piampias Kana then, Ashamuka crack, Sabaya, a cow Mabuato. Sinabina sent Crawford Basse on Mabajo Musica. Yet median Sako share.
Okay, Mammy, now I said, Sabre, you can call us now. It's exactly 5-0260-196064 0260-196065. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Mebato wara menene kase.
Idini Kumia, Mkavesa Amasama.
Kumia Amasama, warama mpacho eti.
Pato, Kumisa anything in a France and Holali and other.
Your friend is Holali.
Because you can attend or Ghana, not any Ghana.
Also, maybe that is 2015. No Ghana ha, na so ni Ghana ha. Adentra.
Oh no, can say 2015 there was no doom so. And I don't know Ghana for a walk. Now I have insurance. This is Pala, my one in the class. I have insurance. One at the buy, you one at the buy. And I become events, 3 events, SHS, senior education, one at the buy and another at the buy. Almost one policy here, everyone here for NDC for the buy. Almost ready to some because I send you, I say, you can answer on the overcoming of Crana anatomy. And then I come out and Oko Bank is over $1. Onya, I do Pabuchi. About to look on the 13th city. We looked on the SOMPA FM. No calling our Munka. And then she did so lazy.
Levy. Midase pass out by chama sama for mommy. Baby father next call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Prof.
Akafia Katamanto. Now what to say?
Yes. You are the one more pie body. Katamanto Kama. Naka about Bonia or Tifidia. And this about Bonia. And yan ya come market pa. And party is a lot of penny. Oh, there.
Akafia. Now, who's a buying bonnie? And I buy by here on Hunto.
Oh, there. And yet.
It's you.
Cousin Alano, I was a man. Now I'm going to be because we couldn't for kilo for so. Almost the pack. And Mammy, 3,000, 2,000. I know my deal. I was a banner or buy a big woman to my. I'm not just a BBM consultancy. Alana, and it's the main kind of say. I don't know. And yet, I mean, come myself so. My men for Kunyana, million people. I mean, Chabran and Champo, incoming Frank Bella, just to call the answer for Mohammed. Prof, now, Minia and this in any committee say, almost all boo, Timusan Sana, or Moko. Which I said that I'm not, or Vietnam and other, or Azerbaijan. 2016, may not be trouble, I believe my sound to cover that point. Because I have Babano. I'm going to plant and the best off. A dear sign and son of Mobile Babano. No be turned truck at you and say, I never got out on call resign. Oh, you're gonna for the afternoon. You can be just and for your mobile Jimmy Yashi. And the make us say, oh, the dealer of the abbey. Now, do me young seminal. And the antipatro boy, I didn't know. Your pastor to the other two, petrol, so here is some problem. And what's like, oh,
yes, you.
It's not Sagana for. Say, you're one payer. Say, about a dear and my Bacotono, if I say 2028. So, I have 28. Say, you're just a banana, Prof. We do not say, say, you're Babema. Say, levy, your mother, you're very funny.
Midase, I can't feel so bad. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Prof.
Yeah, we want to want a minute, Cassie.
Where you only have Felix Bell and him by Yellow Crobo.
Yeah, Yellow Crobo. I want to say.
Yamia dum bibi akosuboko.
Good. We want to it you.
That's it. I'm sure before that one na me share the incoming flag bearer for New Patriotic Party. Honorable Kennedy Akompreko Ohini Ajipon. It is the Diobia.
Hey, who supported Ken? Kennedy now supporting her.
100% military.
Me pacho ko asam so yeti.
Yo, prof me that say. Na NDC ni pana oti hono or can be say. E man na o mampeni Mahama e kan be president no. Oti na ministers e petu aso 10%. Na no na o mo dey assist chief compounds. O dey yam fan say no kre. Se sa na e dia. Enne dia NDC for catch Ghana for say uya ban na say ohaw ba utani de hihye ba ma Ghana ni bia tua ho say ohaw ba enti ye say na Ghana ni bia tua ba ni say yi levy enya obia na tua yi levy enya Ghana ni bia na tua yi levy because on significa on yi levy ko yi fika on tua yi levy on significa na SOMPA FM 100 Ghana cedis unti ayi levy but we are levy dum so levy ya and this is for the buy and again ni bia bet levy e be ka bia because and crofo omo use petroleum products no e do so and ya driver for nkwao because driver ni no oturo e say ni mo a e be come e be ka den ni bia e ti say ne and on this form say uti levy ya ya fa manyame
na minue ma mbisa o se yesi enkanea no yanhwe ni ya kanea no ntimi ngina so aban se yentwa kakra na wonfa nye den emfa ema yenkanea no ngina so a enye hyehyɛ pa
yo se NDC na ye dia ye hyehyɛ pa say NDC any AD badia yes papa na sa party for na AD badia yes papa pero enne o ma peri ma say na point is na for allowance or year free or not the South African akoya the for say am pass o mu be South African any Argentina sa o kana e wo ho no yen fa South African ko try yen fa South African for allowance now all 3 na point is in so no yen for South Africa no en ko tia say kana e wo no because a point is in the door so
yo
na yen fa yen sa dum so levy en fi Ghana for so
me da say pass over you there so hello good evening me ba jo wana me na ka say
set me
okay set take us free okay set what am I to
Anabo, catch MP before that. Yeah, they agree to be
me pacho radio bi ben anka be anka twen ho free radio no ho kakra ma mo I said madam ya sisi am to nka pa
aha catch omo say they agree in e bi man ono ni pa na nkata na o de tax na ba no e bi kana na bi anka no na point is e bi aka omo ana bi anka omo
SOMPA
differences so omo nti asia ya dey agree in ebu man na amembu ya dey bi ti se wo hwe wankata wo busia ikane nti be bi ma e wo wa ho na wo dey hwe ana ma busia sika na wo dey hwe wa ko busia nti wa anya nti se bi a obi a ho be ha na e dey aho kire be den e ba be ti busia no
yo
me no mo hwa membu we me say ya me yo ma dum ti say yes time mo ba no mo hu the way I see woman
me da say pass over hello good evening
evening prof mpacho apo
adomo me pacho jina line no so ma me why
pacho
okay but me pacho dini be bi o kasa free
mpacho auntie Janet me pacho bosse nyama
bosse okay that's fine pacho it you auntie Janet
mpacho NPP for why see the now we be anu na Ayo ya na so said ye. Because who say instead that anya akopase o better na amele nti o de no meka bia so mo no mo di sise bia bai na president abedi so abeye jira abeye so me dey me the president ku an kan ti fo no ku a won ti atu ti because mo edu weekend a say na what chere no ye na ye ni bielu ye chere san so sa wan ti di ye ni o mu nyina na e ba betia nti me ku akọ de wan ti di na o mo ma betia no ku e sama me nti
Yo.
Yamin Kamu.
Auntie, that you are so by you so. Hello, good evening. Abang.
Good evening, Prof.
Night is saying.
Prof, me who you now swear.
What are my Yahoye? What am I patrioting you?
Prof, my boy Basoni, a Juma, Suma, or the boy my way. Why? Yamin Kamu. Mobile and chair and so much the camp for. Prof, one levy and now one city, me boy. Prof, and you one CD. Hello?
Metio Pakasa.
Prof, you were my way under the leadership of former President Ekufuado Nibaumia administration. Fuel 1 liter koya ko 22 CD per 1 liter. Na yanya by Papa Ghana first President Mama yanya by Papa President Mama ba ene. Fuel let me up for moi. Even liter could and do 14 CD. Liter and do 14 CD. Into say the 1 CD become net me boy energy sector, no my energy sector. Challenges are me the problem me war our president Mama Huni. I am crop for PDF Sika and crop for we crow no new idea for my way. On my higher betin. Young who's a prosecution be our cousin, and no mammy the president, Mamma.
That sir, Chrono now, can was 7 Abang.
Métier.
Abang Casako.
Na Chrono Catasisha, Prof, who are my way, Shakoyan Crawford with the PDS, ever bore my way Chrono. Energy sector, Koyo Muko, Omuko, no Majay doom so, Omajay debt, idea to energy sector. Crawford with Sika, Munya, energy sector, or much more. I don't think I make a president, Mama said. I attorney general almost started our energy sector. BPL, our poor man will call piano. Prof, I was some learning in this last year. Now, one city in India can afford some better. Say, no one ever my energy sector. No, Edgeland in now, so a prof, a can be out to your better.
Yo, yes, you are sure so by you, ready and so. But I also bet me a friend 0260 1960 64 0260 1960 65. Also with my friend now do I drink today. I'm a boy you made no. Nasaka if you say a time herbal mixture. Time herbal mixture. Hey, malaria growth attache. Time herbal mixture. Time herbal mixture. Me patrol say we will be a etidi yade ekwetiawo say malaria wenuma to untimi didi wonam nya ya oje nwanjia abusua wedura ne time herbal mixture so obomoding now we dey kire drugstore pharmacy shop bia ebe bia me patrol edura ebetimi ajewo ewo awobri mu aye we eye time herbal mixture bomoding now for 02444 17669 02444 17669 time herbal mixture ayedu papa natasha na nsubio say upeduane password di pa dia eduane papa hey haja special local foods be say wo maduane come pa wo maduane so e just spices bebre spices kra wo de be ye no kra no natural spices Haja special local foods say banku say fufuo say tuzavi say wache ani nkwan papa bi nkwan piwa bomodin pana for we kire Haja special local foods you want to say wo fie mpo na person be aduane bre wo fie a ade a efie no obeje aduane ne bi edi because more delivery services are here and again wo person hwe mo social media no so a Kaisa ko Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Haja special local foods. Bombarding from 0246 359921. Again, read them on 053 5484392. Better still, you can call them on 059 4797215. Haja special local foods. Eduane papa fie no. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, electronics. Original electronics. Where the abrofo you soon be of Womukrumu. We have second class electronics. We have first class quality electronics. And Electroland Ghana Limited for Tom. And to Timinka, Pomoding na ko maso ye se TV na ope, se air condition na ope, washing machine, kettle, rice cookers, microwave ovens, blenders na ope na say ye Nasco product, say yes media there, say yes Samsung, say TCL. Me patro me koso akamfo ye Electroland Ghana Limited the amount. Na ni je semina say ko kra na koto ade a ye be ma 15% discount. Den which ye do kra no. Yes ache wa che de e aka ho. Me patro betimi afro mo 0245 949495. Again, read them on 0245 949495. You may check when Techiman Bia ne Kumasi station no di anymore. That's a kai say we show more Kumasi one more Cassie Johnson Tech Junction Accra more Denta Barrier Dansuman Runabout Industrial Area Dansuman Industrial Area Biani Melcom Plus ni di anymore. The Shomecha Kwansu was Sunyani Mankasim Cape Coast Stakrade and Tamale. Nakai you say Obasoni only Dinkomwa 0245 949495. When you mekua anyway, Wamaso Asina and therefore God and country, Yede Ebrewo. Time Herbal Mixture. Electroland Ghana Limited. Hajia Special Local Foods. Sasuna Aye 21st Clinic, the Sciatica Originator, the Sciatica Paysetters, the Sciatica Commandant, the Sciatica Researcher. Womusomo boy asenepa Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Sempono Yareno Adukru Wache na oje Wenjia. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic Ebeka Samama. That's a kind you say Medima for Herbal Center. Hey, the Dr. Time Daso Medima for Herbal Center. So wherever you are doing business, once again I want to remind you with an advertising it's just like being in the dark. No one else knows what you do except you. So who didja na dwade na odie no yambo hu degu ama wa enya dia o business no ebe nyine ye. Sabri ye beko Facebook na yakọ kenkan messages are ewo your page no so sisi a ma menko na menkan messages are ewo your Facebook page no so sisi a SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. That's what you are about to okay, so let's see. Let me go read the messages before me pacho boy you know swear comment also so that not that place me pacho. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's it. So now let's see the messages that we have over here so we can read them. So bacho nyabotre Adepa Bronsi Co-Mensa Pillar 2 says yes. I don't know what he means. Leonardo Santi Asari says double thumbs up and go on. And then QNet government, Ghanaians have seen the real NDC. We told them, but they didn't listen. My regards to Chairman Prince Sefa. That's what the message says. And Philippa Santi says that Agrada government, Ghanaians have seen Frakadam government led by President Mahama. We call it Faketwa Beji Kesie. I really enjoy the program. Mr. Sefa, keep up the good works. Collins Osebunsu says that we are not told by the minister. We were not told by the Minister of Energy and the President that there would be no increment at the pump when the Dumsor levy is implemented. What do you see today? In fact, NDC and John Mahama are scam and only came to power to steal and deceive Ghanaians. Osebunsu, thank you so much for that particular message. And then Lyrical Queen says that, hey, Mr. Sefa, 100% double thumbs up. Jessica Latei, hey, Prince Sefa, Chairman, who do mresu, yeah, Facebook or Jessica Latei, Collins Osebunsu, pure. Or send some Collins Osebunsu, pure, and they are pure scammers. I'll say NDC pure scammers. Ayamba Albono Ephraim, Principal Chairman. Hey, now Mahmoud Kumasi Bantama says that government decision to scrap fuel allowance and allocations for all political appointees is to divert attention from the 1 cedi per litre levy, which is taking effect today. Governance is a serious business. Regard to former KMA boss Honorable Sampine and Coca. And then Isaac Adaipsa. Oh, great show. Thank you so much. Osa Cynthia, tell the NDC man he should stop deceiving us. And then Nancy Pokuya says that you people lie with confidence serves you right. And then George Padmore Mensah. Oh, George Padmore Mensah is the former regional coordinating director for Bunu East region. Oh, George Padmore, thank you so much for the message. The 1 Ghana cedi levy on liter of fuel will erode the gains made in transport fares. Thank you for also listening to the show. And then we have Gloria Tuse says that great work, Mr. Sefa, keep it up. And then scroll up, Kwame Asari, keep up the good work, Mr. Sefa. Kwame Asari, the dollar is not 11 cedis, it's 13 cedis plus. Okay, Osa Cynthia again comes out to say that God bless you, Prince Sefa, for telling us the truth. Then Kobi Ankama, keep serving us with such integrity, Prof Abuchi Atechiman. Thank you so much. And then Bright Yabua says that from Obama, Kwewutafo, the NDC is destroying with dollar taxes like D-levy, would uproot them like cassava in 2028. Patience Amuzu says that keep up all the good work, but please relax for the NDC cry. Nana, and then we have Nana Mensah K. Wilberforce. Fantastic program. In fact, you are doing a great work for Better Ghana. Kudos to you. Thank you very much for your message. And then Patience Amuzu, please keep up the good work, Mr. Sefa Prince. And Oting Ampofo Johnson, I am here listening to you. Oting, also thank you so much. So these are the messages we have on Facebook. And sorry, so enche.
Okay.
Okay. So Prince,
yeah.
I don't know why your people are on Facebook commending you. MPP for settings na musumoyana.
Yeah. Just so bizarre.
Okay. All right.
Prof.
Yeah.
And say I can't even be brain. Yeah. The big chat one is government will buy electricity almost increasing to 14.75%, followed by 2.45%, average 17%, and now almost increasing electricity in water 4.02% so far. And we share BB to say previous Mahama government at the 10% to be by so ubia salary or matiso omu free so no. Now Auditor General I report to say omanye enye no correct.
Oh
yes.
Now say no oman fancy cheap compounds.
Me say adie no auditor say womo people.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll check out that fact.
Oh, are they?
Yes, so
maybe I'm going to check.
Yeah.
So we'll bet me verify.
All right, we'll verify.
So, and intino 10% to cry anye. And now omaba akachro so omo baba beye coupons ya cancel. Abaya or the nsabako ma nifa so na or the benkumu eje ne more every ho. What sa government would you say coupons you on be? Yeah, already you know almost say ye coupons no official trips no dey on be. Me my CEO that I can tell you say it will not work. And you know why? Because most of the agencies no more budget for fuel and those things.
Yeah.
It is our budget. No? So yes, a CEO no the spending officer. So at the end of the day, all they are Mr. Dr. Aye, my CEO, deputy CEO for close to over 7 years. So I mentioned. So with all due respect to Doctor, I have practical experience, and I can tell you, say you as the spending officer, no. So say you are the person responsible for implementing the budget. And you know, say a catch-all say official trips near they know they will not go to the Jubilee House for approval. A wow budget. So say at the end of the day, as I was saying on another show this morning, no, catch-alls is say coupons ni ho. Omo ye below the CEO ne appointees no. Omo nya ebinya coupons by the way. Omo de ene de bekoso. Then you're telling the CEO say oh no or ye a year on ye memo for the trips. By the time obey no, I can even tell you say one way you cry not spending no I am more than before the coupons were removed. It's practical. And the same government auditor, it me by ebe can say last time omo can say omo beti 10% salary no omo anye no. That same person and they lead the same government. It will not work, and they are just telling send it will be. But
you see for my time.
Yes, send it will be a frayer or kind. Let's say government way no. Omo kan adie ba kono.
See for mommy.
Omo kan adie ba kono no omo ye a different thing. Sa pepe and a be happen. They will tell you say. Omo the coupons, you omo remove coupons.
But omo we be the same. Me that say. Prince, may you are free air. Thank you so much. But Walali, yeah, what's the matter?
Great. Pacho Yera Mahama is a principled leader. In the past 8 years, we had a president, but now we have a leader. Or says Siano, you're the one city abeto a liter of force meboa. So all his political appointees were heading or chiomo coupons are heading as saying most mokoto phone na mutia one city nibi.
Almost one quarter phone na mutia one city.
Yes. So now everybody, including political appointees, will go and buy fuel and pay the 1 city. That's a matter of principle and good leadership. Or they check Ghana for say bra ye bra no te yase. Na no nkofan ma medisika enko. So now all government appointees, political appointees, are going to pay the 1 city. That's number one. Number two, you see, sometimes I want to hasten slowly. I don't like responding to callers for.
Oh, that's it.
It's not very ethical. But one of the things my brother said here right now.
Saying.
Me Jana sa na.
Me das. Me boss is here. Boss wa I told them Maminda was a mobile. Why? Man, I am fancy. Yamvina was a mobile. Holali, thank you so much for making time with us.
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first time.
It's a great
we really love you. And then now who your studio has saying?
Nice, beautiful setup. Yeah.
Sir.
Some say I had a digital. As a Dr. Baumiano.
As a why?
A Dr. Baumia.
You see, digital. Be on the signal. Call your eye. When you're 38%,
the signal.
Where the guitar? No signal. No way.
When you're 38%, and when you're propaganda, don't ever bother.
All right, so people, I had a remind to see a friend Prof. That's my AKA, but my real name is Kobla Abochie. On behalf of the team Bright Entry, our executive producer, and then Sarfo Kantanka